Hello, gang. I know what a lot of you guys are going to say. You guys are going to say, oh my God, guys, he's nearly 20 minutes late to his own stream. Guess what? Yes, that is true. No, that's it. That's it. That's my only excuse. Hello, everyone. Okay. You're doing super. Oh, yes, guys. One thing I want to quickly play for you. It took ages to set up, so really hoping it works now when I showcase it. You finished the. I may have knocked my earphones out, but that's not important. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. FU means Xenoverse 3 is confirmed. The hell? Did people not watch the video I uploaded today? Do people... wait, are there real human beings who subscribe to channels and then don't hit the bell afterwards? Is that real? How many... Okay, wait, first of all, how many of you guys are subscribed to the channel? And if you're subscribed, have you hit the bell? Because I need to know this. This might confirm how many people press subscribe and then don't hit the bell. Which is a mistake, by the way. You should always hit the bell. Doesn't matter how, like, annoying the YouTube channel is, you should always hit the bell. If you haven't hit the bell, do it now. But I do want to actually know how many of you guys subscribe before hitting the bell. That's very important. Okay, okay. All right, hold on, wait. I want to make sure this works because this, every single, when you turn on a stream, literally everything stops working from the mic to the camera. So I want to make sure this actually works. Okay. I think. Please work, please work, please. This will be so fire if it works. Okay. Okay. I've subbed and belled since 2019. I just hit the bell. Mute your mic, bro. Wow. Wow, what the hell? Okay. Wait, hold up. Please work. Bro. The fact that you need to set, wait, it might. Oh my God, guys, we haven't even started the stream. Chill. You don't have to. Guys, you don't have to donate. We haven't even started the stream for real. All right, wait. I need to see if this works. Listen. Is that coming through? Bro. Oh. Hold up. Okay, some of you have really good ears. Some of you have really good ears. Look, in celebration for Xenoverse 3 actually being confirmed. Hold up, wait. It should be much clearer now. Dude, that took me so long to set up. And then I still had to set up again the moment I started the stream. I'm very glad you guys like it. So we're gonna have to bring that back because obviously Xenoverse is gonna go on for even longer. I'm foaming at the mouth. Oh my God. Old heads know their time is nigh. Truly. I'm very grateful. Oh, I need to read out the donations too. But this is gonna be a thing. Look, let's play it one more time. Oh, you know what I could do? I should start every stream with this. Right moment, strike. Coil like a cobra. Ooh, 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 I am the storm. Oh. I'm clapping for myself, by the way, psychopath. But I'm very glad you guys enjoy that. Oh, Hiho donated $1 for super chat. Hiho said Xenoverse 3 is coming. Xenoverse 3 is here, bro. It's actually Squirrel Stapler. It's real. Xenoverse 3 is actually coming. That's not even a joke anymore. By the way, everyone, when I uploaded the Age 1000 trailer and I called it Xenoverse 3, people were like, "It's not Xenoverse 3." You know what? I'm not even gonna get mad. You know what I'm gonna ask for? I'm gonna ask for you to leave a like on the channel. I'm gonna ask for you to subscribe, and I'm gonna also ask for you to say sorry. You know what? You don't even have to say sorry so long as you do the first two. Just leave a like and subscribe. With the bell, by the way. Don't be one of those people that subscribes without the bell. I will accept my check. I know, cash only, cash only. Hard stone cold cash only. A like, a subscribe, and an apology. That's all I ask for. Because when I was like, oh, they're making another Dragon Ball Online game, but Xenoverse is Dragon Ball Online. So if I call this Xenoverse 3, not only am I not wrong, it's probably what they're going to call it because it's the one that made more money. People were like, "Steve, you're an idiot. That's clickbait. How dare you?" And I was like, you know what? I won't disagree with you. I still think I'm right. Well, it's not a think. I know I'm right. But I won't disagree with you. Guess what? I didn't argue with anyone. I didn't call anyone stupid. I didn't say, you guys are dumb. You just don't see the vision. I was like, you know what? Sure. We're all entitled to our opinions. And guess whose opinion was right? For those of you who are really slow and didn't click on the last video I uploaded, or well, not the last video, just go click on my channel and then go on the videos and you'll see the video right there. It's like in the last two uploads. Bandai recently had an oopsie where they called the Age 1000 playlist Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Now the reason for this is because obviously the higher ups would have been like, hey, we've already decided on the title of the game and we're going to reveal it at Dragon Ball Battle Hour. And someone was like, oh, I know the title of the game, and maybe I don't know that people don't know it's called Age 1000. Like, we know it's called Age 1000. Bandai knows it's called Xenoverse 3. So some Bandai higher up doesn't know it's called Age 1000 and just thinks it's called Xenoverse 3. So they changed the title to Xenoverse 3, thinking that, yeah, everyone knows it's Xenoverse 3, right? We talked about this. And then probably today, held at gunpoint, they were like, we told them it's Age 1000. We know it's Xenoverse 3, but they think it's Age 1000. And that guy's like, oh. And then they shot him anyways. So, John is a Universe 6 Saiyan confirmed. I think this makes all the John 1000 memes actually funnier because he's got Xenoverse scaling, so he actually is that strong, right? If John 1000 comes after Ace and Bon, that means he is that strong, right? That just makes sense. John 1000 is canonically stronger than the guy we're playing right. Hell, we are John 1000. You can just choose to not make the default character, which is probably going to be John 1000. You could just make your own character. We are John 1000. We are keeping it 1000 the longer we play Xenoverse 2 and, Xenoverse 3 when it comes out. So the John 1000 memes aren't even a joke. We actually are that guy. We are him. He's that strong. Which I think makes all of the memes even funnier. I forgot. I need to finish the donations. I'm so sorry, guys. Grimsgrim donated, Jesus, $20 for Super Chat. And he says, no, I don't hit the bell. I don't want dog shit constantly flooding my feed. Joking. Oh, man. I know you're telling a joke, but I'm being serious when I say I'm still going to do my best to make the best content I can. So that way you guys feel like, hey, I'm going to subscribe to this guy and not be worried about getting like bad content, So thank you so much again, Grimsgrim, for the $20 donation. And Vaz donated $5 super chats. Xenoverse officially beating Raging Blast in number of games. Oh, you're right. The believers won and the haters lost. Oh, truly, truly. I think another thing that makes all of this more insane is that Dragon Ball Breakers is ending its service. So good. I couldn't help but get my hate for Breakers out the door. We know Dragon Ball Breakers is ending its service, which means that this is actually they're probably locking in fully, right? They're definitely gonna drop the Xenoverse aesthetic, since they use the Xenoverse aesthetic for everything. They used it for early Dragon Ball Legends. They use it for one of the new card games that's out now. They use it for Dragon Ball The Breaker. Xenoverse's graphics and art style have become the new Budokai. You know how Budokai, like in like Super Dragon Ball Heroes and stuff like that, the models were Budokai models and stuff. Now Xenoverse has replaced. So for Xenoverse 3, they're definitely going for a new art style, which is why they're trying to get everything out the way right now. I looked for the playlist right now. It looks like they deleted or privated it. Yes, they did. That's another thing. They actually did private the playlist or delete it. So if you need any more evidence that that's true, yes. They could have literally renamed your playlist to Age 1000. That's all they had to do, but they didn't because we know what it is. All they had to do was rename the playlist. That's it. But for some reason, they were like, no, take it away. Why would you take it away? Unless if it's something that we shouldn't know about. You could just rename it to Age 1000. But guess what? The game is called Xenoverse 3. So they had to take it away. They had to hide it. Which I think is just very interesting because, well, now we just have full confirmation that Xenoverse 3 is coming, right? No more coping, right? I think we're all mature adults here. We can accept that Xenoverse 3 is here. Which is weird to say because we've been memeing and asking for this game for so long. So for it to actually be real, I mean, it's not out yet, but it's real. So for it to actually be real feels weird. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I need to actually finish these donations. I'm such a douchebag. Grimskin donated another $5 through Super Chat and says, "Them haters guzzling Matrix juice." Oh boy. Yeah, honestly, bad day to be a Xenoverse hater. Me. Bad day to be a Xenoverse hater. Extremely bad day to be a Xenoverse hater. Xenoverse is here to stay. It's here to stay, baby. For as long as possible. Well, I mean, okay, let's differentiate Xenoverse haters. I'm a Xenoverse hater because I don't like the direction that the game was going in terms of like online PvP content. But there are people who probably just hate the game for like pretty invalid reasons, I imagine, right? Or people who are just like, no, I hate the Kaka gimmick. Let's go to Raging Blast, which is just a worse version of Tenkaichi. I don't know. Why would you want a bad version of Tenkaichi, bro? So it's got suck to be a Xenoverse hater. Galaxy, Jesus Christ, Galaxy's been a member for 76 months. And if you swap the numbers, you get the really unfunny meme number. And Galaxy says, yo, for real? Yeah, for real. It's the reverse curse technique, bro. Someone's gonna make that meme bot with Xenoverse. Like doing the reverse curse technique thing with the scar in his head. And Groomsgrim donated now $5 to Super Justice. They sent black trucks to that guy's home for sure for leaking Xenoverse 3. I really want to run into He Who Shall Not Be Named and make them rage quit. Oh, ironic because depending on how much effort they put into Xenoverse 3, they might just ban him for rage quitting too much, like they do for Tekken, right? That's another Bandai owned game, and Tekken's more recent, so they might actually just straight up like do like, hey, you can't play the game for this many days or this many weeks because we see you rage quit all the time. They might do that. I know Tekken does that for one specific guy. We all know who that is. He is also who... You guys name drop him all the time, but you know what I mean. Fixed netcode and shader and Xenoverse is perfect. Oh, truly. Grimsgib says, go back. I saw Frieza? Where? Oh. This? Are you serious, bro? Yeah, Frieza with TP. With the TP logo on his chest. Wearing Bardock's clothes for some reason. He stole Bardock's wristbands. And his ankle bands and his shoes. I guess he really liked Bardock's fit. And for some reason, he's wearing a Scouter in his final form. I don't know what made him do that, but he's the Emperor of the Universe. I'm not going to argue with him. Man, it's weird that Xenoverse 3 is actually real now, dude. Oh, the dog the dog lover nigga donated $5 super chats. I hope Xenoverse 3 has more Dragon Ball line elements like Mira's sister, the Red Pants Army, Cell X, and the Margin Bro, I'm about to say Titima. Titama? I don't think I remember the Margin Titama. I think I remember everything else, but not the Margin one. Oh, also, thanks so much for $5 donation. Yeah, Xenoverse 3 is definitely going to borrow more Dragon Ball Online elements, because why else would they call it Age 1000, right? They could have... Okay, to be fair, Age 1000 is a sick project name, but also, it does kind of... That name alone kind of references that it's going to have Dragon Ball Online stuff in it. And Dragon Ball Online was a very vast, diverse universe. Look, Xenoverse has so much stuff that they can literally just steal from Dragon Ball Online, all right? There's no reason to feel shame in doing it. They're part of the same series. It'd be like taking from your older brother, but your older brother, like, loves you and does his best to care for you. You think he's gonna give a shit? He's gonna be like, no. If it helps you succeed, then sure. Hey, take as much as you want, bro. I'm an adult and I felt happy like a kid today. I do not blame you, dude. Seeing that the trailer was listed as Dragon Ball Xenoverse free, it didn't hit me for a bit. I was like, oh, I guess I have to make a video on this because that's big news. So I'll make a video quickly, quickly discussing this, right? And I think only like a little bit into the recording for the video, I was like, wait a minute, Xenoverse free is real. This isn't like fake or like me just trying to like make people click on a video by titling it something quirky. This is real. Which shocked me. Grims comes in $85 super chat, says Margin sex in Xenoverse free confirmed. That's actually the origin story for the Margins in Dragon Ball Online. Didn't Majin Buu make a girlfriend? I don't know if they'll actually talk about that in Xenoverse. Like in Xenoverse free, I don't think they'll actually mention that. So that's very funny. Actually, depending on how mature Xenoverse free feels like being, we might actually get the big titty Supreme Kai of Time back, which would actually be really fire. And I would like it personally. You don't have to do it, but I would like it. I would like it a lot. In fact, maybe you should do it. I don't know where I was going with that joke. Maybe it's not a joke. Maybe I'm just being dead serious. That's why it wasn't funny. I was just being serious. Miss Boo, I sacrifice him. My sacrifice himself for Keeper 1000. I see. Now we just need Shinobi Strikers 2. Is Shinobi Striker in a position where it needs a second game? You guys let me know. I'm actually curious about that. Because obviously Shinobi Strikers is very old. But do you guys think it actually needs a sequel game or nah? Do you... Oh man, I didn't know they had the Basti Supreme Kai of Time. Dude, they have like 3 designs for that. They're just that none of them are in Xenoverse. One of them ended up being official, but it's in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. And there's like 2 distinct Supreme, like I'm gonna call it MILF of Time, I don't care. There's like 2 distinct like MILF of Time designs that were going to be the main design for Supreme Kai of Time. And maybe it's the design was too provocative because they downscaled it. They still, I'm not gonna lie, Supreme Kai of Time's outfit is still pretty loose. It's just that she has like the most unflattering body ever. So it doesn't like it doesn't compute in your brain. But when you see the outfit on the big version of her, you're like, oh, that's kind of crazy that they did that. So who knows? Maybe, honestly, I think it would be really cool, but it's not that irrelevant. I'd rather that the game is good than just Supreme Kai of Time is like goonable, you know. Which fan base is more ungrateful or awful, JJK or Sonic? Oh, that's actually a tough one. Because JJK fans hate that they got a god tier anime adaptation just because it doesn't have the meme panels look the exact same. But Sonic fans literally don't like anything in Sonic. I would say Sonic fans are still more ungrateful. Sonic fans have had more time to be ungrateful though, so it's kind of an unfair comparison. Also, Jesus Christ, oh my lord, Grimsgrim, chill, bro, chill. Thank you, Grimsgrim donated now $5 for super chat. It says, nah, deadass, I feel like Dio when he drank Joseph's blood. Like, this feeling feels amazing, bro. We're back in a peak timeline. You're right. Because I'm sure the marketing strategy is Xenoverse 3 would release alongside the Moro arc, just like how Xenoverse 2 released alongside Dragon Ball Super. That was the peak era of Dragon Ball. There's something to talk about every week, because there'd be a new episode every week. The game would keep updating with the new content that was in the anime. It was literally just an infinite feast. People would watch the anime episodes, think the anime episode was fucking awesome, and then go play the game because the game was new and it was there, you know? They might be trying to recreate that success, and to be honest, that success is very it works, right? Xenoverse 2 got such a great head start as a game because its first few years were just fire as hell because it was releasing alongside the anime. The anime was just doing so much for the game. It released alongside the anime, released alongside Dragon Ball Super Broly, you know, Superhero, all that. I mean, by the time it got Superhero, the updates slowed down like crazy. But bro, this game used to get updates like so quickly. It's actually crazy how fast it used to get updates. So, like, yeah, Xenoverse 2 during its peak got updates faster than Sparking Zero did during its launch, which is insane, right? How long did it take Sparking Zero to give us all of its DLCs? Like, over a year? Meanwhile, Xenoverse 2 was just black flashing the super pack like it was no one's business. Bro, they had UI Goku and Jiren by the time they showed up in the anime, right? They had Whitehead Ultra. They teased Whitehead Ultra Instinct Goku before we saw him in the episodes. And then the character released in the game maybe like a week or a month after the episodes. Like, by the time the Dragon Ball Super anime ended, Whitehead Ultra Instinct Goku was playable. By the time the Daima anime was over, we still had to wait a year to play as Daima SJ4 Goku in Sparking Zero. Like, dude, it's literally night and day. It's too different. So they might be trying to recreate that kind of insane success that Xenoverse 2 had. Xenoverse 2 had a legendary run just because of the anime time release. Which is something Daima, not Daima, but Sparking Zero flopped at doing. They should have added the characters as they were coming out. And someone's going to say, oh, it would have been too hard. No, it wouldn't. They make $1 zillion billion, and they have giant teams. They can easily do it. I'm not kidding. It was a week, I think. Yeah, bro, they were so quick. They were actually too quick. Whitehead UI Goku showed up a week before the anime because the episode got delayed. Yeah. Man, that is nuts. They were demons, man. They were working quick. Oh, Spoozy donated $5 super chat, says, if people want to think it plays differently, fine, but this saying that it's not real or they're lying is the real copium. Oh yeah, no, 100%. The game will probably play different. It'll probably play similar enough, but it's been, by the time the game comes out, Xenoverse would be 10 years old. They're probably gonna do a slightly different gameplay style, maybe a different engine overall. It'll probably still have, like, you know, the hold right trigger to make a super attack list come up and all that stuff, right? I'll probably still have stuff like that, because even Sparking Zero just did exactly that, right? With the whole, like, oh, if you hold, like, left trigger, you charge key and it brings your menu up, right? So Sparking Zero even took a lot of inspiration from Xenoverse. Someone's gonna say, Steve, the Tenkaichi games did it like that first. No, the Tenkaichi games were made for the Wii. Their systems are entirely different. The Wii versions of the Tenkaichi games are also better than the PS2 versions. Shut up. that was passive aggressive. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. I think it's time to play Xenoverse 1. Oh, you're right. I did say that, didn't I? Thank you so much for the reminder, Derek. What did I say specifically? That I would play Xenoverse 1 when they announced Xenoverse 3? Okay, let's wait till Battle Hour. Let's wait till Battle Hour, to be fair. Right? Let's wait till Battle Hour when they officially announce it. Look, it's already real now, but I'm in no rush to play Xenoverse 1. Try to win a fight without key cancel? I do that already. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god. That is insane, man. A Kai race would be cool. It would be. We'll have to wait and see what they do, because Dragon Ball Online and Dragon Ball... is it Heroes? Super Dragon Ball Heroes? They have, like, loads of different transformations or customizations, right? Like in Dragon Ball Heroes, we have, like, a God of Destruction race and an Android race and stuff. And in Dragon Ball Online, we had... no, I think there was only Saiyans and Namekians in Saiyans, Namekians, and Margins in Dragon Ball Online. But we have so much more now. They can definitely go crazy with it in the next game. Xenoverse 1 was some ass. Those were dark days. Oh, Xenoverse, I'm not gonna lie, Xenoverse 1 was a very dark day. When Xenoverse 2 came out, it made me feel like... okay, you know when Naruto is, like, getting pushed up by the vision of all of his friends backing him up in the final fight against Sasuke? That's what playing Xenoverse 2 felt like after playing Xenoverse 1 for, like, over a year. Xenoverse 1 felt like I was sinking into the darkness, and Xenoverse 2 felt like all my friends holding me up and pushing me up for one last Rasengan. Bro, Xenoverse 2 when it came out felt so good. No lag, no cheese. It took people way too long to discover the cheese, and even then, Xenoverse 2 was so clean when it came to connection. You could beat cheese super easy. Again, watch my older videos. Look how easy it is to beat key cancel spamming tryhards back then compared to now. Right? Because now the game is super laggy. Now it's a nightmare, but... Oh. Is that true? No, it's not. They're just pulling my leg. Okay. They heard me talking smack about Xenoverse 1 and said, get your ass offline. Since Cell Juniors are a live bio-android race, that would be funny. Oh, let me... Hold on. The dog loving... Okay. I read that as the dog loving my gamer. But it actually does say gamer. I couldn't see it because the YouTube chat squashed your name. So it made it read like something else. Whoopsies. The dog loving gamer donated $2 super chat. Since Cell Juniors are live bio-android race. Yes. It's possible. It's possible. But what does Dragon Ball Heroes have? Isn't it Dragon Ball Heroes androids just regular androids like 17 and 18, not like Cell where they absorb stuff? It is? Oh, I'm stupid then. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Okay, that's possible then, sure. I mean, I want to remind you, you guys might think, oh, it's impossible. There's no way they would do that. Dude, they made giant Namekians and pure margins in this game. They can put that much effort and they just don't anymore, you know? Yeah, I'm hoping the reason that Xenoverse 2 has been so vacant is that they're actually going apeshit. Sparking was only cheeks, just so Xenoverse 3 could be fire. Do you think beating your meat will be a new feature in Xenoverse 3? How about this? When Xenoverse 3 comes out, you name your character Meat, and I'll beat the crap out of him just because you said that. And that'll be the new feature. Grim's going to donate to $2 super chats and they're going to hit you with, do you own this game? They didn't this time, so I'm very lucky about that. Oh, God. Dude, this is... Okay, I'm still not over the fact that Xenoverse 3 is real, by the way. And this isn't about like, oh, I was right. Everyone who said that I was wrong was wrong. I'm just happy that it's out. Like, yeah, obviously, I wish people, you know, saw my perspective a bit more. That Dragon Ball Online wasn't profitable, and it wasn't even a Japanese. It was a Chinese Korean game. It wasn't even that Japanese, and we never even got it in the West. Why would they release a Dragon Ball Online for people who never got to play Dragon Ball Online? You know what I mean? So my brain was like, Xenoverse is the massive success. Xenoverse is Dragon Ball Online, but if it succeeded and if it worked, why would they call it Dragon Ball Online? Yeah, it's called Age 1000s, but so? Xenoverse took Toa, it took Mira, it took Fu, it took so many concepts. Why wouldn't it take the timeline as well? That's not a wild thing to say. I said that to people and they were like, you're a dirty, rotten clickbaiter, Steve. And I didn't saw anyone that wasn't like, you're stupid, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but surely you must see things my way. And now everyone is seeing it my way. That sounds like something a villain would say, my bad. But you know what I mean? No, I mean, again, I don't mind if people don't apologize. They just have to leave a like and subscribe, that's all. You don't even have to say sorry, just leave a like and subscribe. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go on my YouTube channel real quick, and I will retitle my Age 1000 stream, my Age 1000 trailer video, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. And who the fuck is gonna tell me I'm wrong now, huh? Huh? Ooh, yeah, that's what I thought. Who's gonna have the balls to say, you're wrong, Steed? Nope. Nope. Who's gonna be that brave? Someone right now is searching up that video on my channel so they can leave the comment right now, so I'll see it in real time. I know you guys aren't slick. You're not funny and you're not slick. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase it. You are funny, but you're not slick. That is actually crazy, though. That Xenoverse 3 is I keep saying this, but it's crazy. It's crazy that it's real. It feels like it should still be like a joke or a meme, but it's not. It's just real now. You know? That's wild, man. No one still sees it your way. They say it's Xenoverse 3 because of a leak, not your reasoning. Well, regardless, they're calling it Xenoverse 3. So they can't say I'm wrong for calling the game Xenoverse 3. If we got to the same conclusion... All right. I guess Xenoverse 3 is going to take place long after first two games because first two games are not in Age 1000, unlike Xenoverse 3, which means no past OCs. Oh, I'm very... Well, I mean, here's the thing. Just like what Age 1000 actually does... what Age 1000 actually does is... even though it takes place in a timeline where Goku and the rest should be dead, because there's heavy amounts of time travel, because of the Time Patrollers, and because of Mira's group and stuff... my brain stopped working. Yeah, no, my brain just ain't working, dog. That's actually tragic. The whole thing genuinely just turned off. That's so bad. Oh yeah, because of time travel, we still get to, you know, see our favorite characters and train with them and fight with them, help them on missions, blah, blah, blah. So... So now I will go back and I will call this Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 reveal trailer, and no one's gonna say I'm wrong. Who's gonna be like, Steed, you're wrong? Nope. XE3 is so explosive that Steed began a dementia arc. You're right. It is. I can't get over the fact that it's real. Like, I don't even want to turn on this game to fight anybody in it, because what's the point? I already know a better version is coming out. Okay, that's a lie. I'm probably gonna make a Xenoverse 2 video tomorrow. Right? Since Xenoverse 2 is gonna be over soon, I will do a Bardock. I'll wrap the bandana around my head and I'll start making like super serious Xenoverse 2 videos. Like maybe I'll try in some of these fights and try and upload some cool clips of Xenoverse 2 while we head into the Age 1000. The new age. Behind this or Chica keeping secrets, they're giving Tom Holland a run for his money. Yeah, man. Dude, not even wrong. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. A better version. Let's not get too hopeful. I'm gonna get hopeful. If you played Xenoverse 1, you would know the jump between Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2 is absolutely ludicrous. And I have that much faith. I do have that much faith. Okay, look at this. Look at this dude. Gumi and... Is that Twilight? Gumi and Twilight saying, you're wrong, Steed. Shaking my damn head. And wow. Y'all think you're slick, huh? The Xenoverse switch up in the last few years is boggling my mind. I think the reason why... Okay, the Xenoverse switch up exists probably because of one specific thing. When something worse comes out, it makes you go, in hindsight, this guy was the GOAT. You know what I mean? It makes you think in hindsight, this guy was the GOAT. Oh my lord. For example, Sparking Zero fumbling the bag made people go, wow, Xenoverse is more fun to play than Sparking Zero. That's crazy. You know? And that's what makes people, that's the type of stuff that makes people switch up. The same is obviously going to happen with Xenoverse 3. I mean, to be fair, people liking Xenoverse 3 isn't switching up. People have been asking for Xenoverse 3 for so goddamn long. It's actually unreal. So, Steed, let me fight you, bro. If you get into my lobby, you can face me. How about that? It's time for battles? Yeah, probably. We've done 30 minutes of talking about... Oh, but I still want to talk about it, bro. Like, bro, I'm thinking about Xenoverse 3 so much, I don't even want to talk about how much I hate Chainsaw Man or One Punch Man. And you guys know I love talking about how much I hate Chainsaw Man and One Punch Man. Yeah, Generic said it. It's like when Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric came out. People were like, oh, Sonic 06 wasn't this bad. You know? I'm not going to say people are glazing 06. No, 06 weirdly enough does have glazers, but... Rise of Lyric was so bad, it made people actually go, oh, the other game wasn't even that bad, technically. Right? So, yeah. John 1000 is going to face off Modulo Deborah. Bro, they're going to have the craziest fight ever. They're going to have the craziest fight ever. John 1000 is going to, like... He's going to do, like, a death beam. And Deborah's going to, like, barely dodge it. And he's going to go, I see. channeling cursed energy through a singular point and giving it absolute concentration, so you can do a devastating attack that ignores defenses. Earth's jujutsu is quite advanced. And John 1000's like, you're pretty good. However, I'm gonna keep it 1000. And he goes Super Saiyan, and Deborah's like, I see, channeling your ki in a manner that allows your body to ascend to a further evolution. And then his hair also spikes up and goes yellow. And then they just have a Lady Gaga Judas Gojo versus Sukuna fight. John 1000's gonna take a page out of Deborah's book. He's gonna watch Deborah do a domain expansion, and he's gonna go, I see, using your ki to form a barrier around you, basically making the whole space your own. The Sumerians martial art is quite advanced, and he's gonna make domain expansion. Dying Namek. And he's gonna put Deborah in the Xenoverse 2 parallel quest, where you have to fight full power Frieza and Cooler at the same time. That's actually true. That is true, dude. Bro, that's actually true, bro. If the Xenoverse 3 protagonist has Goma's third eye, Ultra Supervillain Frieza's time powers, so people can have time powers, Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, because that's gonna be animated, right? By the time we get there. Dude, the Xenoverse 3 protagonist is gonna look like a fucking walking cheat code. See, about the new modular chapter, I saw some leaks for it, but I wanted to avoid it because it felt like a very text-heavy chapter. And I don't want to get a wrong interpretation of the story, because I don't want to be one of those people who reads leaks and goes, oh my god, I can't believe this is the plot for JJK, and the plot is like some absolute hogwash, rough translation, diarrhea, doo-doo version that they read up, that they gaslit themselves into thinking was real. Is the third eye objectively the strongest object ever? Maybe not ever, because in fiction you'd have other like dumb stuff, but in Dragon Ball, probably. I can't think of many hacks items in Dragon Ball that, like, the third eye is so broken you can put it on like a pretty weak character. Like Goma doesn't even want to fight base like Daima Goku, but when he has the third eye, he's like, yeah, I'll fight Super Saiyan 4. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I want to remind you, Goma, the third eye is so strong that Goma thought he could beat Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. And the reason why I say Super Saiyan 3 Vegito is because Goma saw Goku go Super Saiyan 3. Then he saw Goku fuse with Vegeta and beat V Majin Buu in Super Saiyan 1. He would know that Vegito could still go 3 on top of that. And he was still like, the third eye would beat him though. And he wasn't lying. The third eye is so strong, he's like, oh, if I knew the third eye was this powerful, I wouldn't have even wished you guys to turn into kids. So he actually outright thinks that the third eye would have beat Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. So it's definitely one of the strongest eyes, and he's weak. If you put the third eye in like fucking Goku Black, Omega Shenron, Jiren, it's just gonna make an invincible character, you know? Oh! Dang! Oh, Jesus Christ! Finally some good quality content.
Well, if you're looking for that, you came to the wrong channel.
Finally some good quality content. Donated $50 for Super Chat. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man. Thank you so much, finally some good quality content. And he said, even though I highly doubt it, I hope Xenoverse 3 takes a page out of Dragon Ball Online and has it focus more on the new generation and continuing the legacy of the MCs. Instead of keeping us, us keep going to the past, heck, it's a page out of Heroes and do the crazy stuff it does. I 100% agree with that. I 1,000,000% hope for that, but the issue with Dragon Ball is I think they're very aware that they make big bucks when they put Goku on the screen, when they put Vegeta on the screen, when they show fusions, you know, when they show big hyper moments again. And having your character be a part of those big hyper moments, like going back in the time to make sure the special beam cannon happens, or having your character jump villain Frieza, even though, like, bro, even in Xenoverse's lore, Super Saiyan Goku is stronger than villain Frieza. He doesn't need your help, but your character just has to be a part of the story, so he's just gonna jump in with Goku, right? They know how much people like being now with the actual cast characters. A good example is a lot of stories still haven't been told with our characters involved. For example, we don't have a true version of Superhero. We don't really still have a true version of DBS Broly. Again, We don't have a true version of DBS Broly with our custom characters in it. We don't have the Moro arc and the Granola arc that's also going to happen. There's so many like things they could still force our character. Bro, the Tournament of Power still hasn't been adapted in any game. So, yeah.
You know what would be super sick?
What?
Imagine it does take place in the future, right? But the future is like partially in ruins or things are wrong. And you have past segments, and when you fix the past, it changes the future.
Oh, that would be sick, yeah.
Like
if I had the Code Vein 2 thing of you being able to fix the past, and it would change the future. You don't own this game, neither. Age 1000, dude. Do you own this game? No, stop saying that. Oh my god. Xenoverse 3 better keep the crashing feature. I'm pretty sure it only happens with Xenoverse 2 because this game is super unstable now. You guys are aware that glitch where you turn on Xenoverse 2, like you start the game and the game doesn't start. That still can happen. Xenoverse 2, look, Xenoverse 2 is like, it's like a skinwalker. That's gonna sound stupid, but bear with me. Xenoverse 2 is like a skinwalker where the person that's supposed to be inside this, like, this flesh suit is too big. You can literally see the stitches coming apart. You can see the actual thing underneath. The guy who's supposed to be on top just doesn't work. The disguise sucks. It's not working. No one's falling for it. Or like, the endoskeleton that goes into Michael Afton in FNAF. The purple nigga walking down the street and everyone's laughing. The guy that video is so funny, but I don't know what to type to find it. It's like that, where the game has so much in it, it's literally bursting at the seams. It's not working. Like, there's too much in the game, because the game was never supposed to reach the scale. It was definitely supposed to end at DLC 12. I already explained why. Or the Supreme Cry of Time DLC, the one where Supreme Cry of Time or Oob DLC, right? That's when the game was definitely 100% supposed to end. But it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going, and now it's too big. That's why the game falls apart so easy. It's why you have so many more bugs and glitches that happen in the game. It's why modders are even on Xbox as well now, right? The game went too far. It wasn't supposed to go this far, but it made so much money. It made so much freaking money that they were like, let's just keep adding more shit to it because people are still buying it. And because the game has that much success, that's why they're like, well, why shouldn't we make a third one? They keep buying the DLC regardless of the game's quality. And we could make a whole heaping ton of money by just making a new one. The spaghetti code is crying for death. The spaghetti code is literally screaming. It's screaming as its skin explodes off. See, that's not why Endo ejected himself from Michael. I genuinely don't remember like anything about FNAF. So the only thing I remember is like William Afton is like he kills people, and then he like tries to like Fortnite emote dance inside of a suit that literally blows up if you chew a raisin too fast. So, yeah. JJK Arxis 2D fighter is the best outcome for the series, I think. Potentially, but I think JJK would really benefit from being able to fight in a 3D environment, since the characters usually fight each other inside of buildings, alongside streets and all these interesting like places, on rooftops, all that shit like that, right? JJK hasn't reached like the DBZ scale or like My Hero scale where people are just flying 24/7 and they like basically never interact with the scenario, but like with the world around them when they're fighting. They're just flying and doing massive big fucking punches and kamehamehas that nuke the environment. So I think JJK actually can benefit from a 3D fighter, but it would have to be someone very competent. I don't think you could trust most anime game studios with that. So yeah, I haven't actually read the new modular chapter yet. I'll probably read it after the stream proper, because I actually want to understand it. I don't want to be like someone who's like, oh bro, that reminds me when JJK ended and people thought the Sukuna finger was a sequel bait. There's never been a day where I've wanted to speed blitz more human beings, because if you literally just read, you would know that is literally not what's happening. But reading is too much to ask for. I like it that JJK fans are the new Dragon Ball fans. They just don't read. The series is so popular that people don't even read the series. They just get the information from like TikTok or Twitter or YouTube clips. They don't actually watch the series or read it. It's just so big that you can get all of the information. Not all of it, but you can get a good enough understanding of it by just scrolling a little bit on the internet. Steve, any predictions for the story of Xenoverse 3? The story most definitely... It's too hard to tell. Based on just the trailer alone, Goku and the rest have to be, like, kind of vacant, right? Because the hero finishes his training. He does the thing to start the training simulation. It makes the whole background. And then when the training simulation ends, another guy walks in, which means that guy isn't a hologram. That's probably just actually Goku. And he, you know, he's surprised to see him. Then he smirks. He sees a vision of all of his history inside of him. And then, you know, he goes Super Saiyan to fight him. So it has to be a time where Goku kind of isn't around, which is why the character's surprised to see him. And again, if it takes place in the age 1000, Goku should be dead. Which means it's probably a Goku taken from the past and plopped into the future, or maybe some other kind of time circumstance. Here's a good example, right? Xenoverse takes place in the age, what, like 800? I don't think Goku could like 850. Saiyans have like a human lifespan. Yeah, they look in their prime, even when they're like 80 or something, right? But, okay, their lifespan is like slightly longer, but realistically, Goku shouldn't like just be here. You know, he's obviously just taken from, I mean, he's literally wearing the whiskey. He's taken from a different timeline and he's plopped here. And he's just like, hey everyone, it's me, Goku. So, they can easily do the same thing in Age 1000 where they can just drag and drop him from his original timeline to the current one. But yeah. Curse Clash in general had a lot of good ideas. Bro, even the most flop games have great ideas. Like the One Punch Man game had god tier anime customization. And you could even customize your transformation fully. Your transformation could look 100% different from your base form. Which is one of the most fire features. Will never be in another game ever again. Just because the One Punch Man game flopped. Which is so absolutely tragic. Oh, finally some good quality. Jesus, man. Oh my lord. Dudes. 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 Thank you so much, man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Finally some good quality content. Donated $20 for Super Chat. He says, I'm not against of having our CACs being the hype moments of the series. Just that I don't want Xenoverse 3 to do what Xenoverse 1 and 2 did and have us play through the whole DBZ series again. Oh, 100%, yeah. We can do them, but don't make it the main focus. Yeah. I want to assume Bandai has learned that people don't like that anymore. But at the same time, you know, playing it safe usually works. And the safest move would just be have you replay the original stories again, but add one extra difference. Like, okay, last time in Xenoverse 1, Goku beats up Frieza pretty much almost the exact same as the original anime, just that your character's there. And then Xenoverse 2, Cooler shows up. Now in Xenoverse 3, King Cole's gonna show up. That's my fear, but also my expectation that they're only gonna do like slight additions, right? Like for example, randomly during the Cell Saga, you have to go beat the shit out of Metal Cooler, then come back to help Teen Gohan from getting node-dipped by Cell. They're probably only gonna do slight additions like that, where it's like, oh, go fight this movie character real quick, who wasn't in the last game. Go fight this new character, who wasn't in the last game. That's the only addition we'll do. I hope they don't do that, but it's what I expect. I would like a more protagonist-centered story, though, like a new original story with your MC as the focus. Of it, rather than the focus being like, hey, let's show the Kaioken Kamehameha versus Galacticon Beam Clash again. Like, I think we can all agree we'd prefer something more original. See, do you believe the last DLC of Xenoverse 2 will be setting up Xenoverse 3? Oh, yeah, 100%. It's probably the best marketing they can do. Just the game that everyone already plays right now and follows the story up very carefully. Just, yeah, make it tie into the next game. That's just marketing 101. You know? Have Raditz go Super Saiyan. I think Raditz going Super Saiyan would actually, like, some people might find it too little, but I think it would actually be cool. You know, especially because he doesn't have Super Saiyan in this game. Nappa has it. Raditz doesn't for some reason. So, ironically, Xenoverse 1 and 2 have different story retelling. So Xenoverse 1 didn't have Zobon and Doria. They only include Ginyu in the Frieza fights. Yeah. Yeah, no, they do. The Xenoverse devs are going to make them as boring slop and we're expected to eat it up. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. It do be absolutely tragic. Yeah, I don't want to just play for the whole DBZ series again, but they're probably gonna do that. I could see them changing some things, maybe because like the only addition to Resurrection F being Metal Cooler is also there, and for some reason he's as strong as Golden Frieza and Blue Goku's like, okay, bruh, that's weird. That doesn't really do a lot. Oh, how can we change the Beerus arc? Just have Mira or Bardock interrupt, and then just have the normal fight with Beerus like in the anime. Like, okay, wow, that's cool. You know what I mean? So hopefully new unique stuff. Like, okay, the extra saga stuff is like my ideal kind of storytelling for Xenoverse, right? Where instead Vegeta becomes the Super Saiyan God. The Z Broly movie is entirely different. Well, it's only entirely different because they don't have the stage. You know, they don't have the new planet Vegeta. Otherwise, it probably, you know. I do also your character is the focus of those stories, right? Like, to be fair, okay, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, he's the focus of that story, but for the Broly story, you are the focus. Goku doesn't land the finishing blow on Broly, you do. They give you energy so you can beat Broly, right? I think that's cool. The same with the Future Saga Chapter 3 story. Also, the Goku Black arc being redone with no Zamasu. Or like he body swaps Goku and Zamasu, but he doesn't actually get his own Zamasu, right? I think stuff like that is cool, you know? The Goku vs. Jiren one with the God Destructions is boring. I don't care. That one's just ass. Anything with God Destructions is usually kind of boring because God Destructions only just have to aura farm and be like, I'm still the strongest in the series no matter how much you do. It's like, okay, that's lame as fuck, you know? Way to make me and the characters that I've been watching for years feel like they haven't done shit with their lives, you know? Any mode you hope makes it back in Xenoverse 3? Xenoverse, the only modes I really care about in Xenoverse 2 are Power Quest story mode. Obviously PvP. And a little bit of crystal raids. Like, expert missions are fine, but now that you only do them to like farm TP or to farm XP when you're at the lower levels. And raid missions are not fine. I don't really enjoy them. So... what's the pre-order DLC gonna be this time, you think? Oh, that's a good question. Goku Black was the new character at the time of Xenoverse 2 coming out. Like, the newest, coolest original character, right? So he was the pre-order. Like, base Goku Black was the pre-order. If the game lands alongside the Moro arc, the pre-order character will probably be... I want to say the pre-order character will probably be Mirus. It'll probably be Mirus without his angel staff. Like, just using his Galactic Patrol martial arts and his, you know, his angel skills and stuff. I don't think it would be Base Moro. I think it would be Mirus. Base Moro sounds like a really easy character to just make playable at launch and not make him pre-order. But base Mirus, like, no angel staff, only using, like, you know, his martial arts and lowering his power level to everyone else's. I think that's a fitting pre-order character, right? And if they want to do pre-order costumes, like how they had this special pre-order version of Future Trunks that you could also play early, like Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks, they could probably just do a pre-order version of Goku and Vegeta where they have the galactic symbol on their chest. And, I don't know. Oh! I didn't even think about this, but Xenoverse 3 might have multi-stage transformations back. Like, you know, in Xenoverse, the only multi-stage transformation we have is, like, Kaioken and regular Super Saiyan. They might take a page out of Sparking Zero's book where everyone can just have a multi-stage transformation. I'd really like to see Goku actually go through all of his forms in one character slot. I think that'd be fire. I think we could all agree that'd be pretty cool. So, yeah. We're not getting an Angel Mirrors, LOL. It's just going to be Galactic Patrol Mirrors. Yeah, I know. I 100% expect that, yeah. Can you say from the screen? No, I cannot say that. I cannot say that. You can't make me say that. Sorry. See, why the Sparkings of flop as hard as it did, and is there no hope for the game's future? I guess I answer this one really quickly, since we're trying to keep the topic as the universe right now. I think the reason why Sparking Zero flopped so hard to a lot of people is that there just isn't a lot to do. The story mode is the exact same as every Dragon Ball story mode, and the what ifs aren't that interesting. And the gameplay that the story mode brings isn't also interesting enough to want to check it out. And then when it comes to other content, the other content was just severely lacking. Custom Battle, they put way too much hope in people, in the players making all the content for the game, because Custom Battles just ended up always being Goku versus Vegeta, Goku versus Goku, Goku and Gang versus Broly, and then sometimes some random shit, or like a sex joke like NCR or cucking. You guys know that's like the most popular one. And then when it comes to PvP, online PvP, the online PvP was admittedly in a rough, like, nightmarish position when the game first came out, dude. You know, the backshot meta, super counters being such an unreliable defense mechanic, like ultimates you can't do anything about, like DBZ Broly's ultimate, melee supers that are kind of bullshit, like UI Goku's 4 keybar melee super where he teleports to you, Super Gogeta's melee super he teleports to you, Yajirobe being invincible, after image strike and after image being just the most broken meta skills ever. You know, Videl was a top tier character, Pan was a top tier character, Master Roshi and Krillin, top tier characters, all just because they have after image strike. And because of that made characters like Vegito, who are high up there, who also have the move, just seem like ridiculously crack cocaine. So I want to say Sparking Zero's issues were the game didn't have enough content, or the content it had was too repetitive from stuff we've already played. And then when it came to the online battles, they weren't even enjoyable. Like in Xenoverse, if you go online, you're playing your original character, you can put any moves you want on your character, and you can just go online and do whatever dumb shit you want, right? It's a shame that obviously the game fell into like a laggy meta fest, but when it came out, it was lit. Everyone was having fun of it. Everyone loved it. Because it's just you taking your treasured character of all your favorite skills online. You can have a character that has a blue Kamehameha, a red Kamehameha, final flash on top of that. Like, you could just have this diverse moveset, which I think keeps Xenoverse 2 always fresh and entertaining. And then guess what? Your favorite YouTuber, Shtidoje, uploads a video, and he's like, hey, check out this cool thing. And it makes people go, oh, shit, I want to do that. So you know what they do? They just put the moves on their character, and they just go online and do it. And they're like, oh, that's fun. I like doing that. That's cool. That's a good idea. I can't wait for the next one, you know? Same with like, but with Sparking Zero, it's like, what's going to happen to Sparking Zero? All your favorite YouTubers upload SJ4 Gogeta is OP. And then that's it, because what else is there to do? Everyone plays the same in that game. You know? Do a rolling hammer, turn your enemy around, or do some, or like sweep their feet, go behind them, backshot meta. And then they have to pray to God they get a super counter, or they just lose the match. So, yeah. It's, Sparking Zero is just, it just, I don't know, man. I want to say the vision that the devs had for Sparking Zero wasn't big enough. That's gonna sound like a crazy thing to say, but they didn't think hard enough when it came to, hey, what would people actually want to do when the game is out and playable, you know? Let's see if we can get a 3v3 room going. I'm curious how many of you are actually down for it, since most of the time, well, recently we've been trying to do 3v3s and they just don't happen, so I'm curious. Boom, 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 boom. Steve, do you believe Toe and Mirror are pure? Yes. 100%. 100%. You can easily have some evil duo or just Fu revive Tora and Mirror, so that way they can do more stuff in Xenoverse 3. I 100%, like, they'll probably still make new original villains, most definitely, maybe, but at the same time, there's a very high chance that Toe and Mirror do just come back. Ooh, alright. Oh, hello, Swerk says, doesn't sound crazy at all, considering my main point for quitting was that there was nothing to do. Yeah. Also, hello, Steve. Hello, Swerk. And, oh, Carlos donated $2 for Super Chat, and he said, make charging key a button, not take a skill slot. Yes, 100%. They should do that. I mean, they kind of learned their lesson, because Ultra Instinct, as a transformation in this game, has a universal charge button, right? Like, that combination, block and heavy attack, that's not being used up at all in the game. In Xenoverse 3, they could literally just make that the universal charge button, because they showed that they could do it with Ultra Instinct. So it's not too crazy to say that they can just do it with base form characters. So, yeah. See, do you think they'll be adding more game modes in Xenoverse 3, like endless or even challenge modes? Most likely. Most likely. I want to assume that they'll add stuff that they actually think is more interesting. The God Key techniques are quite advanced. Yeah, oh my god. Bandai makes Xenoverse 3 an actual open world game and I'll pre-order the game without hesitation. Bro, could you imagine if Xenoverse 3 was just fucking goddamn Breath of the Wild Genshin Impact with Dragon Ball? Do you know what the first thing would happen? Genshin fans would say Dragon Ball fans are copying them, and then Dragon Ball fans would murder the fuck out of Genshin fans in that same night. That shit would look like Itachi in the same night. Genshin fans, bro, oh my, every time Genshin fans come out of their hole to try and interact with the rest of the gaming sphere, they literally just die instantly. Imagine if they had the balls to say shit about Dragon Ball. They would literally just get smoked. Honestly, Bandai, just copy and paste Xenoverse to revamp and polish strings. Yeah, that, I mean, I would still like more for Xenoverse 3, but yeah, making it better than revamp has to be like kind of the objective. Genshin fans dying faster than the Zen Clan for real. Dragon fans would actually more Genshin fans if they argued anything. Legit, dude. Okay, first of all, we have Rhyme Style, Syriax, Dota Doya, Afro. We got like 1 billion agenda artists. You know, we got heavy hitters. Who does Genshin have? Who? Like Tectone? And I'm pretty sure he's going through something right now. So. Who does Genshin have? When it comes to the figureheads of the agenda war, Genshin doesn't have anybody. We have people. Now let's completely take the figureheads out of the agenda war and just go to like everyone else. A Genshin fan says, oh my god, Dragon Ball copied our open world formula. And a Dragon Ball fan is gonna probably reply to some shit like, Genshin fans copied Dragon Ball because these motherfuckers don't read. Right? Dragon Ball fans are gonna come out of nowhere and go, aren't you the people who get really mad when people ship characters you don't like? Like, here's how it works in Dragon Ball. People will ship Goku, people who are not his wife. And while that bothers us, we just go, whatever, man. Whatever you consider W goons, just do your thing, you know? If you do the same in Genshin, you ship 2 characters together, and some psychopath doesn't like it on the internet, they'll dox you and death threat you. That's the ultimate ammunition. We can flex that on Genshin fans forever, and they'll never be able to do anything about it. Because it's true. Genshin fans can't fight or argue with Dragon Ball fans. They would die in that same night. It would literally be Zen Clan massacre. All you have to do is just say, you know what? I ship your favorite character with Goku. And they'll just die. They'll burn like a demon when you pour holy water on them, and they'll just explode cartoonishly. My favorite character can fuck. Don't enrage the Genshin fans, they'll kill random Oh yeah, you're right. They probably would. The Vados one is hilarious. Bro, the Vados ones are so stupid, but I think they're actually funny. Like, okay, Goku gets with Vados. Sure, whatever. If they're 2 consenting adults and they love each other, let them be together. But why the fuck is Beerus erasing Chi-Chi? Like, what the fuck? You know what? I think that's the part that always makes me crack up, because it's just so random. Like, Chi-Chi catches a nasty stray invis for some reason. Like, it's not enough for her to get cucked, she has to die. And by the way, it's a permanent death too, because it's like, hi. It's permanent, you can't come back from it. Literally walk away for 5 minutes, do dishes, and he immediately starts mashes. I'm so sorry, ignorable. It'd be like that sometimes. The Chi-Chi here is always the craziest stuff. It is. Have you seen the Goku family tree photo? That sounds funny. I kind of want to see it. Oh, okay. The Chi-Chi side plot. Can I kill you in one stamina break? Okay. This game is actually so easy. You can actually kill people in one stamina break. This game is so easy. Yeah, we need Xenoverse 3 because in Xenoverse 2 you kill people too quick. You kill people too quick in this game. Sayu Loop Octopus donates $5 super chest says, I like Aether. You mean the Genshin protagonist? I'll be honest, as much as I make fun of Aether being like the weakest guy ever and how he needs to get saved by everyone, I actually like him too. Like, the only character in Genshin I think I actually don't like is Olachino. And that's, by the way, if you ship Olachino over male in the Genshin community, I guarantee you at least 10 death threats in the quote retweets, and one of them will have more than 10,000 likes because there's that many insane people. They will gas up sending you death threats because you shipped Arlecchino with a man. What else? But you know, I actually like Aether. Like, yeah, you can't really call Aether weak anymore. Recently, he actually has been moving kind of crazy. He's been learning from his master Rover, because he's moving kind of deadly. He's treated with respect, and he's actually treated as very strong. And when he fights, he actually gets things done. Like, they actually treat him like an actual like MC now, which I think is pretty cool. Jesus Christ, Twilight, how much key blast damage do you do? What the fuck? Oh, well, you're dead now. But yeah, not gonna lie, Xenoverse 3 should go back to a lower level cap. It definitely will. It'll start with a low level cap. I know it will. It will 100% start with a lower level cap. What the hell? Wait, where is the other? Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's super armor. Right, they're just waiting for it to run out. Okay. Oh, I should probably fight this other guy. Right, because he likes to jump people. I just remember this guy likes to jump people, so I kind of have to fight him. Might as well do some blue since I got a little bit more time. You see the vision? You can see my yaoi domain. Why do you have a yaoi domain? It's just interesting because ZZ jokes with the ships is that Wise claims that he can't understand women or something. Yeah, Rip Twilight, indeed Rip Twilight. Vegeta X Gogeta is fun yaoi. Dragon Ball Yaoi is, I always say this, Dragon Ball Yaoi is always seen as a joke, which I think makes it so much easier to accept, because like most people just think it's actually funny. Like, again, two buff guys making out is never not going to be funny, especially when they can blow up the planets. Like, the absolute strength of the characters plus them making out just adds to the comedy. Ooh. Ooh. Looks like we'd have to pull out. Sign of a wit. Didn't even work. Oh, that's why I love this move so much, man. That's why I love Sign of Awakening. It's my goat. Ooh. Man, I love that skill so much. It's so cool. There should be a second input in that where after it hits someone, you can do the jump back and then the flying fist. Like, bro, that would be so cool. Goat Rover strikes again. Truly, truly. Let's see. I don't like toxic shippers. As a shipper myself, I don't want to be near those people. I'm pretty sure most people don't like toxic shippers. I want to say this. Shipping isn't inherently toxic, but the issue is that it's somehow more toxic than power scaling. I don't know how it ended up more toxic than power scaling, but shipping shouldn't inherently be toxic. It just ends up that way because, I don't know, too many weirdos get into shipping. Like, I think people should have fun and be like, I think these two characters would be cute together, and then not send people death threats for disagreeing or for having whatever their favorite ships are together, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even hate, like, Yuji and Nobara ships. I know it's not the canon one, and especially when you see how Yuji and Nobara interact with each other in the series, but I don't hate it. If people want to do it, sure, feel free. Even though Yuji has a very beautiful wife at the end of the series. So I don't hate it. If people think two characters look cute together and it doesn't turn toxic, that's a-okay with me. You know? People ship Gojo and Sukuna for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? People do art of Gojo and Sukuna hanging out as friends. They do skits of them together in high school. You know? So shipping isn't supposed to be toxic, but for some reason, there's always that one side of the community that that gets way too crazy with it. And with Genshin, apparently it's the whole fucking community, so. You can get a power scaler to shut up with proof. Oh, that's true, yeah. You can get a power scaler to shut up with proof, but you can't make a shipper shut up. Megumi X homelessness, bruh. Leave him alone, bruh. Your mailbox is full as fuck if you ship Aether and Malvika. Yeah, Yuji and Nobara have this thing where they have so much chemistry, but the dynamic is just really good, romantic or otherwise. They can still be either or, and it still works. Yeah, I think that's very true. Power scalers don't go on to harass the creator to change whole ass characters and story. Cough Ruby. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Okay, you guys would know, especially in the manga for JJK, there's a major fight, and a certain character doesn't perform as well as everyone hoped they would in that fight, and it's one of the biggest power scaling topics ever. Of could this character have beaten this guy if he didn't use this thing? And even then, we don't see harassment on the level with the average shipping discourse. Isn't that insane? That probably the new biggest fight in anime manga history, a fight that finally is on the same level as like Goku and Frieza and all these other insane anime fights. Despite the fact that people are very unsatisfied with the outcome, the creator didn't get insane death threats like with shipping discourse. I'm not saying he didn't get any, but none on the level of the average shipping discourse, right? We can all agree. I think that's absolutely mad. That didn't happen. We didn't get Gege saying anything like, "Oh, I got a lot of really unfavorable messages when I did this with this major fight in the manga," you know. But I think that's crazy. I think that's nuts, you could say. Gege was already dying. You're right. He was already dying while he was doing that fight. I think it's crazy that he managed to write like one of the best final fights in manga, and he was literally on his deathbed. Didn't he just finish going for a surgery? They like removed some shit from his body. They just had the machine. They had the scooping machine from FNAF. Just got him real quick, and then they said, "All right, now finish JJK." I'm shocked that he could still write that. He could still write and draw it. He had to draw it too. He had to write and draw it while he was in that position. That's actually hilarious. MHA comes to mind when it comes to shipping. Oh, bro. The Midoriya and Bakugo shipping discourse is bro. How, bro? It's too weird. It's too weird. Shipping discourse is always so, like, violently toxic. It's not even funny, man. Baku Deku is slop. Yeah, Baku Deku is actual slop. Yaoi slop. Alright, wait, hold on. Let me be Goku once, right? I gotta be Mr. Saiyajin. At least once. I just realized that Goku can't turn into, like, a Super Saiyan God in this game from his base form. Am I upset? Maybe. Okay, we'll just be End of Z. Oh, he's got Thank You Dragon Balls on because I didn't take it off because I'm a chump. Whatever.
This is starting to get exciting.
This is starting to get... Bro, could you imagine Xenoverse 3 releases and Goku has the End of Z outfit in that game and he still doesn't have it in Sparking Zero? I think I would actually just, like, laugh myself into a coma. If Xenoverse 3 comes out and Goku has the End of Z fit in Xenoverse 3 and not in Sparking Zero, I'm laughing myself into a coma.
Vegeta. Sorry, but I'm going to use my full power.
I was thinking some of the VAs of Ruby were also shippers, like for Blake and Yang. I totally yeah, no, Blake and Yang very much support the Bumblebee ship. Okay, quick rant about the Bumblebee ship. I would like it if Blake and Yang had more screen time for it to develop, but they don't. So I don't like it because they don't have that chemistry. Also, it makes Blake and Yang both become worse characters because instead of having their own character arcs, like about the White Fang or about, you know, discrimination, or Yang going through like trying to look for Summer Rose and trying to be strong enough to protect her sister, now both of their characters are just, how can I get inside the other one's pants? And I think it's so shallow, dude. It's so shallow. I think a good example of a ship that just kind of develops in the middle of a series, because I've been watching it again, is Full Metal Alchemist. Edwards just starts loving Winry as the series goes on, except both their characters don't get sacrificed just for the relationship. Which is, you know, why Bumblebee sucks. Oh, someone's got the lock-on Super Soul active. Or not. Or it's active again. It's gonna keep happening. until that guy dies, everyone's gonna get forced locked on. Okay. Okay.
My turn.
Oh. Okay. Boom. I thought since he's a Super Saiyan, I should be a Super Saiyan. Okay. Is Ruby still going on? It's Viz Media has apparently got the rights of Ruby, so they decide when it comes back. I know when Viz... Okay, I'm gonna be real. I know Viz is gonna treat Ruby way better than Rooster Teeth. Because Rooster Teeth is honestly so bad, I think genuinely anyone could do a better job of it. It's probably gonna come back with good animation too, which is like the main reason people are watching it to begin with, because they like the fights. I could be wrong, you know, but Ruby is gonna come back at some point. We just don't know when. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Oh, I've got the fast stamina recovery thing. I let his attack go through because it would be BS if I didn't. God's fist for the win! God's fist for the win! It's just too crazy. Wait, you two aren't killing each other? What the hell? Oh, wait, you're both on the same team. Whoops. Okay, that means I have a lot of fighting to do. Let's fight the guy with more health. Yep. Okay, I'll just fucking dive in, I guess. Dragon Fist! That's happened when you listen to your Tumblr fan base? Yeah. I don't know. Bro, how did this stupid action series with cute girls just swinging around dumb weapons and doing big superpowers get a Tumblr fan base? Like, RWBY basically didn't even focus on shipping at all. The only ship they actually paid any attention to the whole series was, like, Blake and Sun. That's it. That's the only thing that they tried to put chemistry in. The rest of it was about, like, a pretty bad plot, admittedly. Character development and fights. So, I don't know how RWBY ended up like that. I guess the second Monty was gone, you know, the guy who actually cares about action. Here's the weirdest part too. Monty is a Yuri shipper. So I'm confused how the Yuri... Bro, that's why it's worse. That's why it's worse. Because the actual Yuri shipper died. So you got a bunch of fake Yuri shippers now trying to make the Yuri. But they can't do it because they're fake. They're performative Yuri shippers. They're not real ones. I'm going to keep these two because my bias runs deep. I want to remind you that Monty made a full animation of Master Chief and Samus fighting each other. And it turned out Master Chief was a woman the whole time just so we could have two girls kiss on screen at the very end. Monty's an actual real Yuri shipper. The others are fake Yuri shippers. And even then he wasn't forcing Yuri when he was alive. He was trying to make an actual story. Isn't that crazy? How all the performative people are the ones that... Ain't the best, but I do enjoy using my super full power Saiyan 4 build. Oh, well, Super Saiyan 4 build's always fun, right? Like making a build that looks like a Super Saiyan 4, giving it like the red moves and stuff. That stuff is just enjoyable in general. So, doesn't have to be the best, it just has to be fun. It just has to be fun and also like work. If it doesn't work, then rip. Is being called a fake Guna worse than being called a Guna? Let me think of the scaling and the ethics and the moral quandaries. If someone calls you a Guna, it means that they're like, oh, this guy is like a shameless like masturbator. He just that's all he does all day. Or he's jorking it all day, right? But if you're a fake Guna, that's worse because why are you trying to fake something that isn't even held to a high standard to begin with? That makes you seem more pathetic. So it's actually worse to be a fake Guna. You have to be a real Guna. My real goons rise up. Okay, boss. No problem, boss. Do you think RWBY has good enough content to make a fighting game? No. There's definitely a bunch of cool animations they could do for character attack animations, but that's it. I don't think RWBY would have great animations in a fighting game, which is why it had that collab with BlazBlue, right? But I don't think it would actually make a good fighting game if the whole story was RWBY as well. Show Marjadam and I will... Oh, you're saying you're goon. Nah, it's fine. I won't show Zamvan, it's right. Nobody can stop me when I'm Super Guna 17. Alright. You can make a fighting game from anything. Game & Watch, Phoenix Wright, and the fighting game characters. Yeah. RWBY couldn't even make a good Devil May Cry alone. I played Grim Eclipse. It's awful. Oh, yeah, bro. RWBY would be firing, like I think Devil May Cry format is probably the best format for most, like, anime games. Like, walking through an area as an invincible guy doing big combos and these insane, like, tricks and skills. Like, if they make a Kagurabachi game, it has to be, like, a hack-and-slash Devil May Cry, like, kind of game. Like, Devil May Cry, but with, like, I guess less tanky enemies, but, like, no, I'm only saying less tanky enemies because Chihiro, like, cleaves through people. Like, Chihiro's out here like Sukuna. He just, like, one-shots Like these fodder like guys, and he just dashes through corridors, killing like 10, 20 dudes in a single slash. But a Kagurabachi game should 100% be like Devil May Cry. If it's an arena fighter, that's actually a Giga L. Ruby has enough collabs of fighter games, but not by itself, yeah. Viz, like hell of a boss. Viz, no. Oh my god, bro. Devil May Cry, if you start getting hit, you get your ass beat in seconds. God, playing Ruby in Wuthering with her transforming staff would be fun. Yeah, I think Wuthering Waves would do Ruby combat very good, actually. I imagine the characters have really fun resonance liberations. Like, they would do their big iconic poses before they do their big attacks. What about Chainsaw Man game? Chainsaw Man would probably... Chainsaw Man can't be an arena fighter. I think that should be... Maybe... I want to say also probably a Devil May Cry like... I think Devil May Cry is the best formula for, like, anime games. It kind of is. You get to do big combos. You get to do all these, like, sick tricks to characters. You get to have aura farming moments against, like, bosses. Or even against normal enemies. You know how many times people upload clips of them aura farming against regular enemies or against Virgil or Dante in DMC? Like, that shit is still fun to do. Yeah, Chainsaw Man is definitely not an arena fighter material. I can't see it being an arena fighter. Yeah, Devil May Cry, like, call it hack and slash. I did call it hack and slash to begin with. I did say that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, it's... I think it would benefit more from... and like, most anime games are better as, like, hack and slash... You know, big combo style games rather than fighters. It's just that fighters are so easy to make, you know? Ruby just gets massive upscale because anime protagonist and streets, truly. Ruby and Woowa would be so fire, actually, especially since their worlds are so similar. It would be, yeah. Having, like, Grim Task at Discord would actually be fire. Ruby, I think I've said this, Ruby collabing with Zenless Zone would actually be my ideal Zenless Zone collab. I've always said this, I'm not kidding. I don't think there is a better Zenless Zone collab than with Ruby. The only issue is that Ruby's literally dead right now, so there's no reason to collab with it. It's literally like, it's frozen right now. If Ruby was still ongoing, or if it still had the same aura as when Monty was still alive, then they would have 100% collabed with Zenless Zone. I could 100% see Team Ruby doing parries with, like, their scythes, or their weapons, their rapiers, Yang's gauntlet. Like, bro, chain attacks with, like, Blake and Yang would be great. And if you have Ruby on the team, and she's doing chain attacks, she'll say the stupid name of their combinations, like White Rose, Bumblebee, all of the stupid shit, right? Like, I think that'd be great. Seeing, like, characters like Ruby have bro, Ruby and Belle interacting, that might be a top 10, like, crossover. I'm not kidding. That's probably a top 10 crossover. Like, Ruby and Belle in the same room talking about random bullshit is a top 10 crossover. Lighter and Blake, oh, dude. Not Lighter and Blake, Lighter and Yang having character moments. Imagine that. Dude, both sunglasses wearing, both like fire element, both like gauntlet wielding, like cool guys. Well, a cool girl, but you know what I mean. Like, I think Lighter and Yang would have fucking awesome character moments, man. But yeah, Ruby's just dead now, so that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna see Ruby characters interact with Zenless characters. It's never gonna happen. I think by the time Zenless came out, Ruby was dead anyway, so... Right? When did Zenless come out? Like, last year? I don't need the key. I'm fine. I'm good. Ooh. Oh, right. I've got to... How many times does it stack? 5 times? I need to see if I can... Uh-oh. I just wasted that stamina. Oh. I have to do this. I don't care if I have low stamina. Damn, he just punched me off rip. That beast kick. Oh. Rip. Oh, giga rip. Okay. Super Exhaust Wave is just fucking broken, man. What the hell? I don't remember how you stamina break a Beast Girl. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, so that heavy... If I did a light stamina break there, it probably would have worked. Ooh, that's it for me. I did my best. I did my best, but my hits didn't connect there. I turned on stream for 15 minutes to do dishes, and Ludo gets to show off his SJ forfeit while I'm stuck waiting like a bum. Tragic. Ruby didn't even get a Fortnite clap despite how easy it would have been. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Ruby is just in a rough position. Because it's never been a good show. It just has lots of potential. Does that make sense? I don't think Ruby's ever been good. It just has lots of potential. Like, even the volumes that people glaze like nowadays, like 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 aren't good. They're just better than the rest. It's the Xenoverse thing we mentioned, right? Everyone went back to glazing Xenoverse because they saw that it can get worse. You can make something that's worse. So it makes people like the older things even more in hindsight. I remember watching Ruby Volume 1 when it came out and not thinking it was very good. And I watched Volume 2 and I didn't think it was very good. And I watched Volume 3 and I didn't think it was very good. But they still had good stuff in it. Like, the fights were awesome. The characters were way better in the first 3 volumes than they are in the rest of the series. Oh. John 1000 female... Oh, she... Oh, no stamina. That's kind of... Oh, just barely pulled it back. Ruby is the potential... Yeah, Ruby is a potential show full of potential women and potential characters. Ruby's potential was never realized. Yeah, I don't think Ruby was ever good. It just has so much potential that people still think about it and glaze it. Like, think about it. Ruby is a niche-ish internet-only series that was uploaded on YouTube and some fucking random website called Chicken Teeth. Why is it this popular? Why are we talking about it? Because it had so much potential. That's how much potential it had. Ruby has no reason to be as popular or as well known as it is, or have people talk about it as much as they do, or the absurd amount of fucking, fan art that it has, right? But it just has so much potential that people just always think about it. Jane 1000? Is that John 1000? It's Jane 1000? Is that ultimate gonna hit on time? It did. Love wins again. Who is Ruby? RWBY is the name of the show, but Ruby is also the name of a character in the show. So it's, sorry if it's a bit confusing. He had aura with his fighting style and weapon. Steve, do you think Yuji would be a Sonic fan? 100%, yeah. Yuji is like the most generic, like, dude friend guy. He would love Sonic. Okay. Yuji would love Spider-Man, Sonic, Superman, Transformers, Dragon Ball. He literally references Dragon Ball. So that if he likes Dragon Ball, there's no way he doesn't like Sonic. He literally talks about how he wishes he could shoot a Dodon Pot or a Kamehameha, but instead he was born with no curse technique, so he's going to be a bum who will never throw a Kamehameha in his life. Like, that's actually something... You guys remember, that's super early in the series. So Yuji would be a Sonic fan.
Even with all this power, I'm still not good enough.
I'm still not good enough. He's a big manga fan? Yeah. Who keeps interrupting my BBL Queen reboot? All right, you guys, some of you still need to get hit by hammers, bro. Best Depressed Ox, Volume 9 Ruby, Dark Hero Deku, and Post Shibuya Yuji. Maybe, baby. Just finished, just realized Part 2 Denji will represent Chainsaw Man in the next Jump crossover game. Oh. You're right. He's just going to talk about, like, he's going to have the Sanji effect where he just goons to every female character. Yuji's relatable in a lot of ways. Yeah, he is. I think he's a very... I mean, he's a good guy character, right? He's like, oh, I'm a good boy and I'm not evil. And I also like cool things. Like, I think that's the difference with characters like Yuji and Tanjiro. Tanjiro and Yuji are both good boys, but Tanjiro is like just a good boy. And like, what hobbies does Tanjiro have? He likes his sister Nezuko a lot. And he's a good person. But like Yuji has so much more going for him. He likes watching like stupid fucking movies. He likes hanging out with his friends. He likes different kinds of like video games and all this other kind of nonsense that, you know, people can like relate to. He gets sad when his friends won't do stupid things with him. He explains a stupid movie plot to Nobara, and she goes, "That's dumb, I'm not doing it." And he's like, "What the hell? Why?" He's genuinely trying to sell her on something that has no appeal to her. Like when you're trying to tell your friends, "Hey, dudes, why don't you play this game?" And your friend's like, that looks stupid, I don't want to do it. And you keep trying. Like Yuji's like, he's a dude, you know? Tanjiro is like, "Oh, hey, do you want to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse with me?" And Inosuke would go, "I don't like Xenoverse, I like cereal." And Tanjiro would go, "That's okay, Inosuke." And that's how that would go. Because Tanjiro doesn't really push further than that. He's just a good boy that respects everyone's boundaries. And he's just I'm not saying I hate Tanjiro or anything, but Yuji just is like, there's way more going for him. He's just a very relatable character. He's like a very honest dude. Like, okay, if you could run as fast as Yuji and your friends DM'd you out of nowhere saying, "Come to the store," and you were like, "Why?" And they were like, "Just come." And you were that quick, you would show up as fast as he does, where he literally shows up in like 1 second. He's like, "I'm that quick, I can just check to go see what they want." You know what I mean? Like Yuji treats his superpowers like it's a normal thing, you know? Like his broken gift. I think the most relatable part about Yuji though is him saying he likes fat bitches. I related to that on a deep level. I think Yuji and Perfect Cell would hit it off quite good. All they had to do was send Yuji into the Cell games, and he would go, "You know, Cell, I actually like fat bitches too." And then Cell would have had like the PTSD thing, where he imagines Yuji inside of the Dr. Goro labs with him. Yuji's in a test tube, he's in another test tube. They grow up, they're like fist bumping each other. They're reading, like Jiro's like a father figure, like teaching them how to read and stuff. Cell would start crying. He would go, "My brother, where have you been my whole life?" Cell games are off. I need to catch up on some good times with my brother. And he would just grab him and fly away. And Goku's like, "Okay, that was cool." You know? Yuji and Izuku are like two sides of the same coin in their backstories. Yeah. Tanjiro's just nice. Yuji's actually fun. Yeah, Yuji's very fun. Best friendo. Who is Yuji's Bakugo? I don't think he has a Bakugo. If you... Because Bakugo is kind of too standoffish. He's too Vegeta, you know? Yuji doesn't have a Vegeta. Megumi and Yuji only argue about protecting each other, not about surpassing each other. Like, Megumi does say that he's upset that Yuji is stronger than him in some parts of JJK. They do have a somewhat rivalry, but he doesn't let it, like, become a... He never brings up to Yuji, you know? He's not like, Yuno and Asta make their rivalry very front and center, but it's entirely wholesome. It's very friendly. Bakugo and Deku's is kind of toxic, but only on Bakugo's side. And Goku and Vegeta's is also kind of toxic, but only on Vegeta's side. Yuji and Megumi, they don't ever bring up when the other is, you know, catching up to the other. They just want to protect each other. That's it. So I think that's I don't think Yuji has a. I don't think he has a Bakugo.
You do know who I am, right?
Right. Because Choso's his brother. Megumi is his best friend. Nobara's also a friend. No one later in the series even comes close to acting like a Bakugo either. Kashima's probably the closest thing to Bakugo, but he doesn't interact with Yuji. Like, Kashima's like the douchebag teammate that is like always talking about like killing people and being the strongest and the best. And he wants to fight the strong people and all this other shit. Like, okay, if you made Bakugo fight Hikari, Bakugo would not try to outrun him. He would be like, that's how losers think. You know what I mean? So that's why I think Bakugo and Kashimo is probably Kashima's the closest you get to a Bakugo. Like, Deku actually would go, "Oh shit, I probably shouldn't fight somebody who's invincible." That wouldn't make any sense. Bakugo would go, "You'd be a fucking pussy to not fight invincible, guy." So, yeah. Womp womp womp. What Ki Blast do they have? Handy Cannon. Probably did that too close to them. One thing I do love about GT Vegeta, he has so much attack range. It's actually ridiculous. I think GT Vegeta and Daima Vegeta, like the devs actually remembered that Vegeta was very short, so they gave him attack range. Which I think is just cool. Anyways, I'm dead here because it's Xenoverse 2. Bakugo versus All Might? Wait, why? What did All Might do? Vegeta isn't as bad as Bakugo. Vegeta actually respects Goku. Bakugo told Deku to kill himself multiple times. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Oh, super explosive wave. Ooh. I don't remember this guy's stamina break. Yeah, I don't remember his stamina break. What characters do we not have in Xenoverse 2? The characters we don't have are characters we don't need, so don't worry about it. Xenoverse 2 does not need to add any more filler characters. We don't need any more Pycons that no one will play or use any of them moves from. Dobora is a great example. No one uses, oh, but people use Stun Spit, but just to choose, right? No, I'm fucking not. I literally just checked. That wasn't. This game is just unstable, bro. This game is actually falling apart. This is another reason why we need Xenoverse 3 so bad, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Buy the game, Steed. Shut up, bro. Steed, damn it, Steed, fix your connection. Do you own this account? Do you own this game? Do you own this game? Xenoverse moment. Bakugo is one of the best comebacks in anime. I think Bakugo does sort of redeem himself as the series goes. I like Bakugo as a character. I think the more interesting My Hero characters are the ones that have something that they need to overcome with themselves. Like, too many of them are just nice people who don't have anything going on. Which is why I think I like Bakugo, Todoroki, and Endeavor so much, because they actually have like stuff to develop. Is your name Steve OJ? Seed, what do you think of Modular Yuji's Sans the Skeleton arc? What? I would have to read the chapter to know what you mean by Sans the... Like, the newest chapter, I haven't read it yet. So I'd have to read it to know what you mean by Sans the Skeleton. Boom, 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 boom. JJK's Piccolo is probably like Nanami? Oh yeah, I'd say so. I'd probably say that, yeah. Best transformation of all time? I think everyone would agree it's Super Saiyan, right? I don't think anything's gonna surpass Super Saiyan anytime soon. Nasty, do you look at Bakugo and think he's a good character, but you look at Dabi and think he's bland? I already said with Dabi, I actually liked Dabi before the reveal. Because after the reveal, he just becomes I hate my dad lol XD. Which is like, I could literally just go outside and go interact with my neighbor and he'll say the exact same shit. So, I think Dabi before the reveal was actually more interesting. Like, the reveal itself is cool. I think the reveal is cool, even if it's somewhat predictable. Because the reveal is so obvious that it makes people think it's not gonna happen. Oh, the only other guy who uses fire in the whole series. I wonder if he's part of Endeavor's family. Endeavor also had another son, but don't worry about it. You know what I mean? The reveal is so obvious it feels like it wouldn't happen, which is what makes it kind of like a bigger surprise. But I think just after reveal, he just literally becomes I hate my dad. That's it. Like, Todoroki also hates his dad, but he's got like a lot more going on. Is it curious to how much people for Dabby before the reveal to after his reveal? Do they? I thought most people liked Dabby more after his reveal. Because people hate Endeavor, so I thought people liked Dabby more after his reveal. Why did Dabby make a binding vow for his flames to be stronger at the cost of his immunity? Is he stupid? Yeah. At the end, it was revealed Dabby had ice, or am I tripping? I think it was. I haven't reread My Hero in a long time, and I don't watch the anime because I've already read it. But I think it's revealed that he actually did have an ice quirk as well the whole time. I think it just wasn't awakened, like it was dormant, like it was the final fight that pushed him into awakening it, right? So you don't like realistic characters? Are you saying Dabby is a realistic character, or are we talking about Bakugo? I have no idea. This is happening too much now. This is actually happening too much now. I think Dabby's super long-lasting grudge is like somewhat reasonable, but I think that is kind of also unrealistic. Because Dabby at his core was not a bad person. He's just a guy who went through something that was extremely horrible, right? I feel like Dabby, if he was realistic, his motivation he would still hate Endeavor and he'd want to expose Endeavor as much as possible and ruin his life. But I feel like a more realistic version of Dabby would try to probably spend more of his time exposing the darkness of the Hero Society and showing how the Hero Society keeps, like, the hero. I'm not saying the heroes in My Hero are exactly like Vought from The Boys, but it's kind of also like an industry that needs to keep up its image. It's not like Spider-Man, who's just a solo guy doing his thing. Superman, solo guy doing his thing. It's a business. It's a company. It's a thing that needs to have as good PR as possible, right? They want to make, when the old heroes phase out, they want to make new heroes that replace them. And I think Dabby would be more interesting if he spent more of his time focusing on the injustice of Hero Society rather than only hating his dad. Because he does do a little bit of that in his reveal, right? Look at the thing Hawks did to Twice. That's fucked up. Look at the way Endeavor behaves. That's fucked up. Anyways, now I just only hate Endeavor and I don't want to do anything else. It's like, okay. You know, Dabby at his core realistically shouldn't be a bad person. A bad thing happened to him, but he knows the world isn't evil because of that. He knows that there are just some people that keep up that cycle. And while All For One is one of those people, he's also probably gonna, in a more reasonable point than Nagant's, helping All For One helps him beat the injustice of the Hero Society. Nagant actually just hates the premise of evil in general, but still teamed up with an actual supervillain. So that's just fucking stupid. Do I like Overhaul? I'm 50-50 on Overhaul. I think Overhaul is cool, but I wouldn't say I like him or dislike him. Steve, your chat is talking as if they chugged Yoda juice. What's going on with you guys? Are you good? Do you own the game? Oh, you guys are still talking about that, man. I should throw bricks at you. Also, someone earlier said Modular Yuji versus All For One. I think Modular Yuji is a slightly extreme overkill. I want to remind you, All For One does not have regeneration. He only has it when he was Prime All For One, and when he's Rewind All For One, if you want to count Rewind as regeneration, it would take literally one slash that is invisible also to just finish him off. And Yuji doesn't. He's like Sukuna. He doesn't have to put his hands up. He could literally be crossing his arms and talking to you and throwing like a one-shot move your way, and you can't see it. Like, he could choose to disrespect you. He doesn't have to honor the fight, especially Modular Yuji. He doesn't give a shit about that. He's just gonna disrespect you. He's gonna go, by the way, why are you a bad guy? And then he's gonna fire a one-shot at you while you give him the response. So, you know? Like, Sukuna would ask you a question, and he would wait for your answer, and then he would go, okay, whatever. Then he would kill you, right? Yuji's gonna ask you a question, and while you're answering it, he's gonna throw the attack your way. And he's gonna keep his arms crossed so you don't know what's coming. Because he doesn't care for having honor fights or cool fights or shit like that. He just does what needs to be done. Modular Yuji is Sans. Stop calling him Sans. Steve, did you play Dragon Ball Online? Yeah, I made the Dragon Ball Online video on my channel. I think you can just search Stidojo Dragon Ball Online. It should come up. Who do I got in Cell versus Metasonic? I got my goat Metasonic all the time, bro. Metasonic, I glaze Metasonic actually. Like people think Metasonic sucks because the two characters he loses to are Sonic, who is one of the stronger characters in fiction, and Batman, who literally bullshits every scenario in fiction. That if you only lose to like a top tier and a guy who literally somehow always wins, you're not weak. If those are the only two people that beat you, you're OP as fuck. Like people think Metasonic losing to Batman is an anti-feat. Okay, that means Darkseid sucks because he's also lost to Batman. Superman sucks because he's also lost to Batman. I guess that means Batman just beats Goku as well then, since he can beat Superman, right? No, Batman just beats everybody. Batman's always written to like just win. He's always just smart enough to win, or somehow things just go his way. Like losing to him is not an anti-feat. If anything, losing to him is an honor. If you were worthy of being in front of Batman and losing to him, that means they thought you were worth it. They only make Batman fight top tiers. They even had to buff Joker because Batman is so OP that Joker now has to suddenly be great at fighting, and Joker also has to be an insane genius who's great with like all of these different like chemicals, and he knows how to manage money and move all these insane, like he knows how to make crazy movements around the world. He has nukes everywhere. He can do all of this insane shit. They had to buff Joker crazy because he wasn't Batman's equal. He was not Batman's rival. Batman would beat the fuck out of Joker easily. Batman's broken as fuck. They had to buff Joker to make him Batman's, because he's Batman's most popular villain, right? So they had to buff him. I think losing to Batman's an honor. It's not an anti-feat. Batman's just invincible. You can't beat that nigga. Batman is one of those characters in fiction that if you bring up a versus battle, okay, if you go on a power scaling forum and say Goku versus Batman and watch people unironically argue that Batman beats Goku because he just beats fucking everybody. It doesn't matter how, he just somehow does. So fuck it, he probably beats Goku too. No one would even get mad if he said that because people know Batman is this bullshit. You know, people are just aware of that. Boom. Batman is like Gojo. The verse had to scale to him for balancing reasons. Legit. Batman's superpower is literally just being rich. Yeah. Cell is definitely losing against Metasonic, but they're gonna downplay him and say he isn't faster than light. Yeah, Death Battle said Sonic wasn't even faster than light, right? I mean, Death Battle's just super inconsistent. That's it. How's Batman stopping a soul-cutting slash? They're just going to say that Batman's soul is stronger than Yuji's. Or he understands the soul better than Yuji. The Tibetan monks helped him understand the true essence of his soul. So when you slash a soul, it just doesn't happen. Like, okay, you know how Yuji and Sukuna are so in tune with their soul? If Mahito tries to touch them, he just has to actually box them inside the soul space. And he's not stronger than them, so he just loses. It's the same way how Yuji is so advanced with the soul. He knows more of the soul than Sukuna, that when he gets his hits on Sukuna, it just goes through straight away. Also, Sukuna's so stupid, bro. Read a book. Learn more about the soul. Bro is so obsessed with the world cutting slash, he forgot to pick up a book. The fight would have been so easy if he just learned how to fucking read. Pretty nice characters we have in the lobby, by the way. I like everyone's fits. Okay, I know people wanted me to do a fit check, so I'll do it really quick. He's a boxer. That's kind of fire. Super Saiyan 4, fire. Vincent's character, pretty good looking. Katie's character, I like the Christmas outfit being used as a jacket. And Raiku's, I like his too. I like it. There you go. There's the fit check. Metasonic, please stuff Cell so I don't have to see the dog shit Twitter slander. Bro, if I have to see any Twitter slander of Cell beating Metasonic, I'm actually gonna throw up. Cell's biggest feat is like solar system or multi-solar system. And Metasonic can still and Metasonic boxes with Base Sonic, who is so much. Base Sonic is stronger than Supersonic was in like the older games now. And we already know how broken Supersonic is. Yeah, comic book characters scale to this. Comic book characters are... I've always said this. The scaling is comic book characters, cartoon characters, then anime characters. That's always been the power scaling. If you put a comic book character against an anime character, they always win. If you put a cartoon character against an anime character, they usually always win. You could probably find a feat in Eden and Eddie or Robot Boy that unironically makes, like, some of these characters, like, stronger than Goku or some shit. You know what I mean? You can always find one random thing that a cartoon... Or Bugs Bunny's an example of one people love to abuse, right? Because, you know, he's a gag character. Same with Popeye. But there are so many, like, cartoon characters who just have random bullshit. Like Powerpuff Girls, you know? But there are so many comic book characters that are just... Not comic book, cartoon characters who are just mad strong. Popeye did that solo fiction. Yeah, Popeye actually unironically does solo fiction. See, what do you think Metal Sonic's character is? Tragic or something else? I think I'll be honest, I like Metal Sonic, but for the most part, Metal Sonic is like a mindless drone that has aspirations, but he keeps them in check because he just really likes Dr. Eggman. Like, Metal Sonic has shown the ability to think for himself multiple times, but he still just goes back to Eggman eventually. Oh, I actually missed 2 donations. My bad. Sora the Dragon Master donated $5 for Super Chat and said, now that Xenoverse 3 is now official, what should be our demands for making us wait so long? I say lots of character interactions. Definitely, right? I would like good character customization. I want to remind you, Xenoverse 2 launched and never had a new customization ever for custom characters since it came out. Never. It never happened. We never got a new hair. We never got a new facial option. We never got new anything since the game has come out. So 100%, we would need to have way more so we can actually have, like, far more character, like, unique designs. So that's what I would want. Also, thanks so much for the $5 donation. Med M5 donated AR 100 ARS. That's coming up as like a $10-ish donation because of the yellow, so I'm gonna call it $10. I'm sorry. And Med M5 says, could you run my Goat Vegito base, please? I came from Legends. Sure, why not? Why not? Cell stopped scaling at in the Cell Cycle Solar System level. Metal Sonic continued to grow and scale to more than Sonic, who's now in Universe, or at least, unlike Cell, Metal improves, yeah. I think a big issue is that even if you thought Metal Sonic wasn't, like, universal, Lifeform data successfully copy is one of the most broken, like, things he could and he can spam it multiple times in a fight. Right? Like, I mean, not that he needs to. He knows fucking Chaos Control. I don't think I need to state how broken... Like, people usually think Chaos Control is just, like, a super good, like, video game... Oh, wait, where's Vegito? Where's the Boo Saga? Okay. People usually think Chaos Control is, like, just a kind of good, like, time manipulation thing. No. You can stop time for, like, fucking ages. Or, like, again, you can change space and time. Right? Realistically, Chaos Control users should be throwing out wild cutting slashes. The only reason they don't is because, Sonic isn't... we're not trying to see Eggman get cut in half. You know what I mean? But, like, there's nothing stopping... Like, okay, let's say let's say when the fight reaches its crescendo, right? When it reaches its literal final stage. And it's, like, Super Neo Metal Sonic or Metal Overlord versus Cell. Like, Super Perfect Cell. Like, Cell goes, I could regenerate. I've got Piccolo cells. And Metal Sonic goes, okay. Chaos Control, and then Cell gets frozen. And then he literally just stands on top of Cell and just charges up like a gigantic energy blast and drops on his whole body. And he just dies. Like, Cell can't unfreeze himself, you know? If he was like Goku or something, you could say that maybe his body just adapts to the... Because Goku's a really bullshit character. His body just be adapting to anything. If he was like Goku, you could maybe cope that he would just adapt to the time stop like how he does against hits. But Cell can't do that. He's a Z character. He's just really strong, and that's it. Okay. Nope. This is your best. I could have kept the abuse going for a bit longer. I didn't have to Kamehameha like right there. Oh, you came back quick. Uh-oh. Woo! What's his charge key blast? Oh, hey. Woo! Okay. Well, at least they used up the stamina. Okay. What is that? Oh, that's Fierce Fist. Okay. I just didn't know what that yellow glow was. Metsonic can use Chaos Energy, which is derived from the heart. That means he has thoughts and feelings. Yeah, no, Metsonic, I mean, he should have thoughts and feelings. That just makes sense. Yeah, I mean, he shows it quite a lot, even though he acts like a mindless drone. Right? Goku was Maharaga before Maharaga. Yeah, Sonic is legit so fast he can have no holds barred fights with Awakened Emerald that takes place in less than 30 seconds in real time. And Izuku on the street. Yeah, that's an Awakened Emerald is one of Sonic's best feats because how the fuck do you beat that guy? He's got 7 Chaos Emeralds in him, and you have to beat him in less than 30 seconds canonically, otherwise the game ends. Right? And Sonic beats him. I'm not gonna say easily, but that's just an insane feat. Because I think I mentioned this to my brother. The beating like the full power emerald like fight for Sonic is actually just an insane feat. Because Emerald without having all 7 emeralds was already stronger than like most of the cast by that point. Okay. Oh. Okay. A lot of teleporting moves on this guy. Boom. Uh-oh. Okay. Boom. Okay. Oh, too late for me. He's gonna escape that. Oh, he didn't! Damn, that's got a lot of range then. Jesus. That's got a hell of a lot of range. Good lord.
What's wrong?
I didn't know the limit burst was still up. I thought it was used already. That's why I was trying to go for Spirit Sword. The only way Cell beats Metal Sonic is if they use feats from Super Dragon Ball Heroes continuity, because practically everyone in that series is. Oh yeah, no, of course. That's probably the best bet. Yeah. Sonic vs. Awakened Emerald is implied to basically be Sukuna vs. Mario. Yeah. Kind of boring when it's that easy. Yeah, Vegito just likes saying that. Spirit Sword stops Limit Burst if it lands fast enough. Yeah. I didn't land it fast enough, though. Imagine Goku with Spiral Energy. That'd be crap. Even if Cell vs. Sonic is a stomp, it'll be amazing. I think it'll still be fun to see, yeah. Yeah, Metal literally copies Cell's entire kit, including Kamehameha, Death Beam, and Destructive Disc, by just looking at him. It just feels like a really unfair fight, but it's Death Battle, bro. It's Death Battle. We'll see what kind of horse piss they pull to justify Cell beating the shit out of Metal Sonic. Since when do we look at death battles for accurate on characters and fights? Oh no, yeah, we never do. We just want to see our favorite characters win, but it's always upsetting when they don't, and it's usually due to some nonsense. Another fit check again. Vincent's fit is different. I like the black and white catgirl fit. Katie hasn't finished theirs. Riku, look at this guy, bro. He thinks he's Piccolo. Why are you over here? Why are you... Why does he want to be Piccolo so bad? Okay, wait, Riku did change his fit. I like the color scheme. I think the color scheme goes pretty well with the armor. Favorite time-stopping characters? Oof, I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I'm gonna say, since we're already talking about Sonic, I'm gonna say Shadow, right? Oh, that's Katie's fit. There you go. There you go. Sonic vs. Awakened Emerald and Sonic vs. Razor Jin are insane base Sonic feats. Yeah, they are. Because Eraser Jin, even in his base form, is ridiculous. He's still a genie, you know. Death bats have gotten much better at scaling. I see. Alucard versus Dio was heavily bullshit. Yeah, if I always thought Alucard was way stronger than Dio. I like Dio more, so I don't mind him winning, obviously. But I always thought Alucard was way stronger than Dio, and that Dio had no chance of beating him. Am I wrong about that? I feel like I've asked that before, and I just don't know.
Fusion. Ha!
Cream versus everyone in JJK. Cream might actually beat everyone in JJK, except obviously Gojo, because, like, you know, Infinity.
Fusion. Ha!
Asura versus Kratos, bro. Don't remind me of Asura versus Kratos, bro.
Fusion.
I'll just cry. I'll just cry.
Fusion. Ha!
Seeing Dio win is entertaining, so I don't care for the accuracy. Yeah.
Fusion. Ha! Fusion. Ha!
Could Cosmic Garu copy Superman? He realistically should be able to. He can copy space-time powers, right? And he copied Saitama, and Saitama's just physical strength. So he should be able to copy Superman. See, look at the podium. Oh no, now there's two of them up there. What the hell? This is ridiculous. This is ludicrous. I'm trying to think of an honest version of Metal Sonic versus Cell, because I really only see Metal Sonic. Like, okay, let's remove time stuff from Metal Sonic. Let's give Cell an edge.
Bingo.
Metal Sonic super form would still be invincible unless if you knock the emeralds out of him or keep him away from a power source that makes him go super. And if it's like the regular base Metal Sonic, he still has speed very comparable to Sonic, which makes him too fast for Cell. He has the black shield, which pretty much just blocks everything. he'd have similar AP to Sonic and the rest of the characters, so that's also like too much for Cell to handle. And then he can take hits from Sonic and the rest of the gang as well. So I don't know, man. It's kind of really hard to see a version where Cell wins unless if you just say, nah, Met Sonic is weak as fuck, because I don't think Sonic is very strong. And Met Sonic loses to Sonic, so therefore Cell wins. Like, I think that's the only way you can actually see it that way. Oh my goodness. Med donated another $10 super chat as a character request. Base Gogeta or Z Gogeta, whoever you want. Love from Argentina. Oh, thank you so much, Med. Okay, yeah, I'll make this next fight the last one. Which Gogeta haven't I played in a while? Base or Z? I'll just eeny meeny miny mo it. Eeny meeny miny mo. I didn't decide on what was on this side, so it doesn't. I'm just an idiot, bro. Okay, we'll just random, and whichever Gogeta I'm closest to is the one I pick. This is Z Gogeta's right there. Unless if you guys want to see Super Gogeta more. Okay, I didn't see anyone say anything, and I don't want the timer to tick down and for me to rush to the end. So I'm just gonna pick Z Gogeta.
There will be no mercy.
There'll be no mercy. Oh, we gotta be in hell now. Oh, ignore boss, your message too late. I'm sorry. See, the random question, but who do you like more, Gogeta or Vegeta? I like Gogeta more.
I am neither Goku nor Vegeta.
I am Goku nor Vegeta. I guess I'm beating up Goten. Where did the whole Angel Born in Hell thing come from anyways? It's the fact that Gogeta has a halo and his fusion starts in Hell. So he's an angel born in Hell. That's where it came from. I don't think it's an official title. I think it's something fans came up with. I don't think once ever Toei or anyone involved has called him an angel born in Hell. It's just a cool title that fans came up with. Back here, iframes, bro. Let's go. Please don't fuck this up, Steve. Oh, Soul Punisher does not care for Limit Burst. Soul Punisher does not care for Limit Burst. Why are you guys talking about Goon Bella again? I can't believe it, bro. I thought we were gonna... Actually, didn't I say I was gonna start timing people out for talking about that? I gotta start killing some of you. Hold up. How many of you are talking about her? Does Metsonic have an attack that atomizes people? That's the only way he kills Cell. I'm gonna be honest when it comes to Cell's regeneration, because I think people give Cell's regeneration too much credit. Actually, first of all, let's talk about if Metsonic has an attack that beats him, and then we could talk about that. Logically, Metasonic should have access to Chaos Blast, which, when you're as strong as a Sonic character, that's atomizing anyone. He also has access to Chaos Spear. You can just make either a shit ton of spears like Shadow and Black Doom do, or just like Black Doom, you can make absolutely... Actually, Shadow also does this. You can just make absolutely massive black spears that would take up the guy's entire body and just tear him to pieces, or just outright destroy everything in their path. So, Metasonic would still be able to make tons of giant Chaos Spears and throw them towards Cell to destroy his whole body. I'm trying to remember if there's any time Sonic has used a giant energy attack, because Metasonic would copy that too, but I don't think so. I'm not going to give Metasonic anything Sonic has in Frontiers, because he hasn't seen him. So he wouldn't have any of Sonic Frontiers moves. So he wouldn't have any of the, you know, the Key Blast or the, you know, all of the broken Psyloop moves. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, Metasonic should have giant Chaos Spears, and he should have Chaos Blast, which is very easy to use. Just get next to a guy and just do it, and they'll die. What other moves would he have, realistically? I want to give him moves he actually has and not moves that you could, like, cope him having. Like, I'm not gonna give him like Perfect Chaos's laser. Like Perfect Chaos has a giant laser, which would probably be enough, but he never saw Perfect Chaos. So final, I don't think he'd have an Eclipse Cannon laser either. There's no way, unless if Eggman made like a mini Eclipse Cannon laser and then like put inside of him, because Eggman's like super small. But I don't think he'd have that. I'm just gonna say Chaos Spear and Chaos Blast for now until I can think of anything else that he would realistically have as disposal. And then we'll talk about Cell's Regeneration. Cell's Regeneration is nowhere near as good as Boo's. The reason why people think it's crazy, it's because Cell's Regeneration only triggers if he forces it like Piccolo does. Or if it happens because of an emergency. Like when he's like, you know, a single cell. Right? But Cell outright says he got lucky. That's not his normal regeneration. He got very lucky. Meaning, obviously, it's not going to happen all the time. But even if it did happen, you could just kill him while he's putting his body back together again. And he would actually die because, remember, Cell's not like Majin Buu. His regeneration is like Piccolo, so it runs on ki. If you just attack him mid-regen, his ki is just going to... He's going to die. He doesn't have any HP. You know? If you see Cell deformedly regenerating, you could literally punch him in the middle of that. And his ki is going to fall off a cliff because he can't defend himself. His ki is just going to fall. He's going to take a catastrophic amount of damage. He's just going to die. You know? You didn't have to atomize his whole body. It's just that Gohan's only option when Cell was as strong as him was to just kill him in one shot. Because if he gets lucky again, if he survives again, they're fucked. You know? Infinite Ki? I don't know, man. The Sensu Bean kind of disproves the infinite Ki thing. I think being a bio-android kind of... Like, Cell's ki can be sensed. He's a bio-android. You see him get tired. You know, there's even times where he struggles to do regeneration, which wouldn't make sense if he had infinite ki. I don't think Cell has infinite ki like 17 and 18. There would be a lot in the series disproving that if he... There's too much disproving that, right? So... Cell also... I'm trying to argue a version without Chaos Control, because Chaos Control is too easy. You could literally just say Metasonic freezes time and just Cell never gets a turn. You know what I mean? Because Chaos Control isn't even like Dio's the world. You can... I don't know how long you can stop time for with Chaos Control, but it can be for fucking ages. He absorbed them, but he didn't get the ki generators. Yeah, exactly. If Cell had if he had infinite ki, regeneration wouldn't make him tired. And he also wouldn't lose power for doing it. Oh, jeez. Well, thank you so much for the $5 donation through Streamlabs or PayPal, Galaxy. And all Galaxy said was donation. Thank you so much for that, Galaxy. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to have to get back to Yumi at some point. But bro, I haven't even finished Metroid, so it's going to take a bit. Cell has Zenkai and Frieza Cell, so he can go golden or black, maybe more. Oh, no, he 100% could. The only issue with Cell's Frieza Cells is that I do need to remind you guys that he does get the Zenkai boosts, but he doesn't get his energy back. Like, realistically, Super Perfect Cell isn't even at 100% strength when he shows up, because he didn't get his energy back. He has Piccolo's regeneration, not Boo's. He loses energy when he heals. Yeah, he has a higher base now because of Zenkai's. His base is way higher, right? But he doesn't get the energy back. Realistically, Cell could probably only survive like maybe 2 or 3 nucleus regenerations if he gets lucky. Remember, he has to get lucky to survive it. But he's going to run out of ki. Piccolo's regeneration takes a shit ton of ki out of him. And he has Piccolo's regeneration, so that's it. You know? Cell needs to train for a month or 2 for Golden. Maybe, yeah. Probably only like a week. Please one more, I'm begging you. I missed the whole thing except the last 2. Ah, man, I don't think I can do one more. Cell has to take longer naps. He would have to take longer naps, yeah. But yeah, Cell, he doesn't have infinite ki, and he has Piccolo's regeneration, meaning he loses energy every time he heals. The Zenkais give him more strength, but he's still losing the energy. So it's like a Saiyan Zenkai, I guess, where he's getting stronger, but he's not getting the energy back. I mean, that's what Saiyan Zenkai does, right? So, yeah. Do one more. This has been more yap than stream. Wow. I don't know if I should take that lying down, since most of the stream was about Xenoverse 3, and then the other half is about other discussions we've had, but whatever. That's fine. Oh yeah, Cell has Frieza survivability. Frieza survivability is the only reason why he survived as a Cell, because Piccolo wouldn't be able to do that. I want to remind you, Frieza's survivability is so dumb, he can live as just an eye. So Frieza's survivability is the only reason why he can regenerate from a Cell. Otherwise, he would just die when he gets to that point, like Piccolo would. If Super Perfect Cell was at 100% power when he fought Gohan, he would have one-shot him. He probably could have, yeah. Because he doesn't get, Cell doesn't get his ki or stamina back. It's regeneration. He loses it. What? Oh. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, Galaxy. And Galaxy is a Pro FC donation. I'll just keep that one. Thank you. But yeah, let me think. Yeah, Cell's only win condition is if, yeah, I think his only win condition is if they give him Super Dragon Ball Hero scaling, or if they just give him like golden and black form, and then say that for some reason his base form is also as strong as the Dragon Ball Super characters. Because I want to remind you, if you gave Frieza Black Frieza and it was Namek Frieza, he wouldn't do shit. So Cell would have to somehow reach DBS level and then get golden and black, which that'd be kind of hard to do in the span of one fight. So, yar. Galaxy says goodbye for now until next time. Yeah, goodbye for now, I guess. So we should definitely end the stream here. If you guys want to do more Xenoverse matches, then, I don't know, hit the subscribe and hit the bell so you can actually know when I'm streaming the game again. I don't think I have much else to say about the matchup with Cell versus Metsonic. It's just too against Cell's favor. Metsonic has too many moves. Because especially if you take into account stuff he's actually copied, he would have copied Knuckles' strength, Sonic's speed, Shadow's abilities, Omega's like computational abilities as well. You know, Espio's invisibility. Like just only the things he copies in Sonic Heroes. His bag is kind of heavy just for that alone. He's really, really strong, so. Galaxy, I made my Code Vein 2 character look like Gojo. I'm surprised it didn't make an original character. It definitely feels like something you would do. Supersonic vs Ultra Instinct Goku. Okay, that fight's way closer, but that's also kind of a huge bag of worms. So I don't know who actually wins between Supersonic and UI Goku. Because Sonic doesn't get new forms to... Like, Sonic doesn't... Like, it took how many years for him to finally get Supersonic 2 in Sonic Frontiers? Sonic doesn't really get new forms, he just gets way stronger. So... Steve, at least listen to this. The Xenoverse free situation is crazy. It is. Yeah, Metal doesn't... Yeah, again, Black Shield is so ridiculously strong. He could wait for Cell to dedicate himself to a Kamehameha that he thinks is going to land, and then he Black Shields it, and Cell just wastes all of that ki. Because again, Cell doesn't have infinite ki. He throws out a Kamehameha, he loses energy. I want to remind you, he tries to Kamehameha Goku instant transmissions, and gets a great sneak attack on Cell. And Cell's annoyed about it, because not only is instant transmission hard to beat, he just wasted the shit ton of energy on a Kamehameha that didn't do anything. So, Metal could really just start Black Shield spamming anytime he sees anything that's like an actual issue. Like, fuck, if Cell threatens to go for a self-destruct, not only could Metsonic Chaos Control him off the planet, just like with the Space Colony Arc, he could just tank it with the Black Shield. So it's not even an issue. But yeah, let's end the stream here. What the hell is going on? I'm just getting mugged in the corner, bro. I do think that's a good place to end. Dropouts to Steed, rate my aura. Oh god, where is this guy? Unbelievable. Give him 1 week incentive means and you'll achieve black easily. Alright, dude. Alright. I think this is a great place to end the stream. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then obviously again, please leave a like on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. It really supports the channel. And leave a like and don't forget. I'll see you tomorrow. How about that? Yeah, there you go. I'm probably going to go eat food now because I'm hungry. And then I'll record the next video. So that'll be it. I do love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace, gang. Toodaloo. And until next time, sayonara. Oh, I didn't say. Thank you all for all the support. We had a lot of people watching the stream, a lot of likes, a lot of contributions. Dude, thank you, everyone. You're all very cool people. I've not glazed you guys enough. I'll do it more. next stream, I swear. But for now, I must go. So thank you all for being very awesome people. Keep being cool. Drink water. I didn't drink water, so I'm gonna drink some now. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace. Bye bye.